God. Can I just have just one day? Just, oh my gosh. Good God, y'all. Woo, this is my real life, y'all. Good God. I got to put y'all on pause. I'm going to bring the ladies in here so they can talk to y'all for a minute.
Hey guys.
Hello.
There they go.
Like your hair, China.
Talk to them, ladies.
Like a braid.
I got to get some real life stuff straight. Wow, right in the moment. Yo.
I got tired of the other hair. I said, let me do something different because I know I had cut my hair and I'm trying to grow it back. And so I'm like, let me just put these braids in here so I can get my hair back.
Yeah, that's a good protective style.
Oh, yeah.
Those growing out stages. It's like, oh, I don't want to cut it again.
Right. Because, you had to get it healthy. So I'm like, it's like starting over, but I didn't do a Britney Spears around here.
That was crazy.
Yeah. I don't think I'd be able to connect these. Huh?
Rumination is a good topic tonight. I think that's the hardest part throughout all of this is the rumination part.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I had to do something different. Yeah, but I've been watching your videos, girl. You doing your stuff.
And he corrected me on the love. I got to send out a correction when it's two types of love. It's not the other two types is the world, but it's either unconditional, that's the way God wants, or very conditional. But those still with good hearts. The other stuff is just demonic. That's how the narcissists roll. Okay.
Let me see what they saying here. Love Harriet, China, and Keisha. We love you too. Yeah. That's why we're here every Friday.
Yes. It is rough. It's rough, but it's so needed because we've been through it. And, if somebody helped us through it to overcome, we got to do the same. We got to pay it forward. And it's good for everybody else on here to continue to do the same, with people in your life. Because this thing is a whole pandemic.
It is.
It's loose. Okay.
And I be seeing other channels and they're talking about, oh, I'm so tired of hearing narcissists. Not everybody is a narcissist. I said, when they patterns fit, yes, the hell they are. You're not going to tell me.
Sociopaths, psychopaths.
Yes. Antisocial. Yes. These people have a lot of stuff going on.
And it's like, because in a mental health field, what I see a lot is because once somebody see that on their diagnosis, the way that the people act with these personalities, they're ready to sue. They're ready to, put like a bad comment or bad review or bad name. So a lot of times for people to protect themselves in this field, they hesitate on that diagnosis, which is the correct diagnosis. And then they'll, just say, oh, it's bipolar, da, da, da. Mm-hmm. But then when they come as a couple, it gives people false hope. Like it continues the delusion, and it's really a disservice, just saying like, oh, this is just something, with mental health and with DBT and CBT, and they work really hard and go to therapy every week, that it's a chance, like you really dealing in a supernatural. So we coming to the point now, where they doing what they do as far as opening up these demonic portals, that we have to really be educated on the spiritual warfare that has been released and the increase in wickedness, because they released them ones that was in the pit. And since they did that, the narcissist, it attaches to them. So we dealing with super powered demons.
Oh, yeah.
Where we have a narcissist in our midst. Like we are dealing with an assignment from Satan to terminate. It is nothing to play with. It is nothing to take lightly. It's nothing to go on vacation with. These things are out for generational contracts of termination.
And that's why I tell people, walk away from that situation and don't look for revenge, because basically you fighting the devil and you're not going to win. That's why God worked behind the scenes and fight for us, because he know this is a battle that if we took this devil on by ourselves, we're not going to win. So that's why when you get that revenge on them, it don't faze them. And I wanted to mention this too. I have mentioned the first thing they run to is therapy and not God. See, a lot of people like, oh, they hit rock bottom, they run straight to therapy to get that supply and get right back on their feet. They don't necessarily need a partner. They can run to therapy for that supply, because the therapist is going to boost their ego back up and tell them, oh, you're a good person. You think they're going to tell the therapist the truth? No.
They love coming to, especially if they got a therapist they fond of and everything. They will come to every appointment. You'll be like, please don't show up. They'll come just to talk about themselves and their life and how everybody did them wrong and how everybody is the reason why they in this situation now. That once again, they lost everything. They can't get on their feet, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like they love coming to the therapist because they feel like they're smarter than a therapist.
They think they're smarter than all doctors. They really do. I've sat there and watched my ex. The doctor told him he was pre-diabetic. And that dude didn't believe nothing he said when it gets everything he said. We can't hear you, Harry. Yo, we don't even need you no more. Good night.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
You okay?
Like real life is happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, man. So I'm trying to help my son do something here.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what you calling me right this moment? And you gotta do this right this.
Yeah.
And all you gotta do is follow the instructions. You follow the instructions to get you in there. You know what I'm saying? You to get you in there. So, okay. All right, fam.
Be careful of the February 28th. This the date of the marriage to the last narc and the divorce. Okay, we had divorce.
Wow.
The divorce got final on the anniversary date of the marriage.
The beginning and the end.
Hold it. Before we get started, y'all, can I shout out the people here in the chat? Can I say hello to everybody? I know y'all ready to roll. I see y'all was ready. They was ready, y'all. They was ready. They took care of that business. But right now, I just need to change my mood. Let me get back in my mood. My goodness. Whew. Good gracious. Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm trying to dance.
We back. I'm back. I made it. I'm back. I'm depressurizing is what they call it. You depressurize. Like, y'all got kids. Y'all know what it is.
Especially if you had one with the narc.
You know about the stress level. Look here, y'all. It is Friday night, and you know there's no place I'd rather be. There's no place we'd rather be. That's why we right here with y'all. Beth, Mikey, Kimberly Ortiz, Facts 100, Lane B. How y'all doing? What's up, Karen? She watches battle rap. Hey. Elaine B. That's you, China. You got Tweety Bird now. Honeybee Lee. What's up, Shani? What's going on, everybody? Everybody in the chat, how y'all doing? Welcome back. I'm back. Yeah, I told y'all, man. Y'all think y'all lives got stress, man. Yes, it does. And so does mine.
You know you could go to bed.
What's going on, Danita Joe, Teron? What's going on, family? Kimberly Ortiz, Andrea Davis, Will Power. What up, champ? Yeah. I see. Is Keisha drinking a beer tonight? What?
It's apple juice.
No, she's not, y'all. No, she's not.
Apple juice.
She is
I
kitchen.
know, right?
What is that? Oh, apple juice. Okay. What's going on, family? Sorry I came back late, man. Just dealing with some real life stuff. Everything is done. Everything is better. Everything is better again. I feel good. If I missed your name, it wasn't on purpose. You know what I'm saying? I was rushing through. I want to shout out my girl, Connie. Yes, indeed, y'all, because Connie loves us. She loves the
She
show
has done a lot of help
and she
too. Thank
supports.
you, Connie.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
It's all love, family. It is. Yes, indeed, it is. It is. It is. It is. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Let's get to this business. Rumination. Anybody in here ruminate ever? Anybody in the chat ever ruminate? Kind of, sort of,
2
maybe.
years.
I should have said, did anybody not ruminate? So today, I want to start the show off. I want to start it out with rumination because we've heard it said so many different ways. We've heard people tell you how to deal with it, how to get out of it. I've always said, stop ducking it, run straight into it, because that's, you need it. You need it. And today, just in a conversation with someone recovering, you know, I was introduced to the cure all for rumination, if you will. The cure? Did he just say the cure?
The cure.
Let's look here, man. You get to cure something when you figure out what it is. See, that's the hard part. Figuring out what it is. When you figure out what it is, then you're like, whoa, okay. Why am I playing with the phone? Because this boy is not going to stop. He's not.
Rumination is the worst. It's torment. It's actually torment.
Rumination. You know what, Keisha? It absolutely is torment. But let's get into what kind of torment it is so that people can realize. Okay. So that people can realize exactly what's going on. Guys, a lot of us walk around, you know, with tourniquets on and bandages and everything. You just walking in the walls, and you just, the reality is that rumination is really just you. Hear me? It's you refusing to believe what you see as reality that is right in front of you. It's you not agreeing with what you saw, what you dealt with. That's what rumination is. You saw it. You witnessed it. You lived through it. You lived through it. And yet your mind is still saying, yeah, you listen to me on this part. Your mind is telling you every single day, it ain't no way. It ain't no way she did that. It ain't no way. Ain't no way. You are fighting yourself. Rumination is you fighting yourself.
Yes.
It is you saying, I didn't go through that. There's no one on this planet that would do that. There's no way I was dealing with somebody that did this. There is no way that happened to me. There is absolutely no possibility that the person that just did this actually did it. No, there's no way you did this. Why are you laughing, John?
Because it's so true.
It is painfully true. We will sit there and beat ourselves up, down, backwards. Guys, you sat back and watched the narcissist on a daily basis. On a daily. And you still ain't no what. And you had this conversation that I'm having with myself right now. You've had this conversation. I know you not trying me like this. I know you ain't just try me like that. Right in my face, it's no way you just tried me like that. And even after you confront them because they just did try you like that. And when you confront them,
Yeah, I love it.
you still saying to yourself, ain't no way you tried me like that. Ain't no way there is no way in this world, on this planet, that we share together.
You try to put puzzle pieces together and make a different puzzle to what is actually happening.
Yes,
so you sit there and try to figure out what piece can I add to this story, because I gotta pull something out of my imagination.
Because it's no way. Because it's no way you tried me like that. It's no way you destroyed this entire family. It's no way that you turned into this monster. There's no way that you lied, stole, cheated, and did everything that you did that I've watched and mentally taken notes and accounted for. There's no way you did that to me. You didn't try me like that.
But you know what? And midway into that, you still don't want to believe. You be like, man, that other person must have got to them. That other person got them doing. That's what you yeah, that's what you start thinking. Like, no, that's not them. They doing it because of that other person.
China, you just unlock the other side of this. Because after you finish beating yourself up, that there's no way that they did this, then you start beating yourself up again about the same person that was the most hideous, the most horrendous person you ever dealt with. They did stuff to you never even heard of before. So you surely couldn't think of it. You ain't never heard of some of this crap that they did to you before. And then your mind, look, this is how you attack yourself on the other side.
Yeah.
Then you start saying, wow, I bet they over there in love and happiness and true, and they not cheating on that other person, and they speak nicely, they speak with respect. The person that doesn't know the definition even of self-respect is somewhere speaking respectfully and using correct English, and they become articulate with this new person, and they love the person. No, they love the person.
This person has unlocked the love in them.
Right. Say that again.
This person has unlocked the love in them because they were everything that you couldn't be. That's all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
it must be something. It must be something that he did. It must be something that he had. It must be. It must be the way he talked to her. How did he get her to do what she's doing right? I never was able to get this out of that person. How are they able to get it? You start beating yourself up with all this make-believe and pretending that they happy and that the new person got them doing cartwheels and everything, and they never did cartwheels for you. They know
the
what
new person got your finished project, because when they came to you, they was a project. They was jacked up. So you feel that the new person got your finished project, and you like, I done put all this work in this thing, and then how dare this thing go with my work that I put in it? It go down to pride and delulu. That's it. And the rumination gonna be how much do you have a hidden self-hatred that you don't know you have? Because that's when that thing manifests. Because rumination, you beating up on yourself.
Can I somebody asked me to answer this question because this lady is having an issue, Dawn. She said, any suggestions on how to get away from one when you have no ways or means? Long story short, I have no family or friends, and the important money. Domestic violence shelter. That's where you need to go, because it's not going to get better. You're not going to be able to save money. When they're on their way out the door, they're counting every dime because they want to
Ooh,
make sure that when they leave, you have nothing. So
nothing.
it's not even
No,
worth
no,
it
no.
at this point.
No, 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 not nothing. They want to make sure that you at least $10,000, $20,000 in the hole.
Yeah.
Not, they don't want to leave you just at zero. No, no, no. They want to make sure you in the hole when they leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dealing with them, you're dealing with the destroyer. That's the superpower demon they work with. It's legion in there, but the destroyer comes to destroy. So it's going to make sure that you won't have much of anything. The mercy of God will preserve little things that you may be able to do for your children or sustain. But after you deal with one of these terminators, most people on here can admit you're gonna hit a rock bottom. They're gonna make sure you hit a rock bottom. It don't matter how
Oh
successful
yeah.
you are. It don't matter what. You might end up at the food pantry. That was my story. I ended up at the food pantry. I had to go to Job Family Services at some point because they robbed you of everything. That dude was in my retirement. I didn't even know I had retirement. He took the retirement. Like, don't sign no license contract because they gonna use your social security for everything and your credit and stuff. So they'll make sure that they run you into the ground. But when you don't have nothing, a lot of times those are the people that they seek.
Mhm.
You have to deal with these agencies until you get on your feet and God will start putting people in your life
Yeah.
to help you. But it's never worth staying with the narcissist because you're gonna meet that point either way it go. They're
Yeah.
gonna discard you and then it's gonna really be terrible because it'll blindside you. But if you plan it out like, all right, I'm just gonna take this L, at least you can
Yeah.
start rebuilding the day that you
Yeah.
leave.
She said they won't let her in the shelter because he's not hitting you. That's not true. Because domestic violence, I'm not saying you're lying. I'm saying they are misunderstood because domestic violence shelters and advocates know that it goes beyond the physical. If you can even be threatened, you can even be in fear of your life, and they're supposed to let you in there. It doesn't have to be physical. So, I mean, you need to call around and see if it's something else out there because that place, they're not telling the truth. They're supposed to let you in there because at this point you fear for your life. So I would call around and see what other agencies and what other shelters are out there because if you really on here begging to get out of that situation, then it's detrimental to you and you need to find a way to get out of there. I know you don't have family and friends, and I was in that same situation, but by the grace of God, I decided that I was going to move into my own apartment because he left me with utilities about to be cut off, no money in the bank. He didn't moved his checks to another account, and started taking care of that family over there, literally left us for dead. And survival mode kicked in for me. So it doesn't have to be that you don't have money. I didn't have anything. And I'm very resourceful. I will find resources, and that's what you have to find, even if it means depending on the system for a little bit to get on your feet. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a domestic violence shelter. It could be a homeless shelter, somewhere where you can be safe and get on your feet and get away from that person, even if you have to ask family to send for you to get you out of that situation for a week or whatever. You need to get out of that situation.
Yeah, it does not get better, and they love putting you in those type of positions, and then it's kind of like that decision, like, okay, if I just walk on eggshells, at least I know this person, at least it's like, this I can hang in for a little bit more, let my kids get grown. It never works out that way. Not once you're dealing with these superpower terminator demons, okay? They are here to destroy and they will not stop until you are done. And then when you have children, these terminator destroyer demons, they're coming for the children. They're going to terrorize them. They're going to sit there and talk down to them, belittle them. What they're doing each time that they have even you on eggshells, it is imparting fear into your children. So the children will start having stomach upsets, migraines, anxiety, panic attacks, mental stuff, depression. You won't even know why your children are starting to become more isolated, but they're becoming isolated because the legion of demons that's coming in there through the gatekeeper is pounding on the children. This is a generational type of termination assignment that the enemy sends. This is a bloodline thing. It's a generational curse. And you have to stand up and just say, you know what, God, I'm going to turn to you. And then you have to start working on breaking those covenants and altars. Like this thing goes so deep. But they just found out genetically that just even having a child with one of these things, the baby, the DNA from the dad, that they can have a demonic DNA. Okay, they got some reptilian things going on with the brain, because the brain cells can change. They can transcribe to the baby to the mom. So now they're saying that the way that the dad's behaviors are through the epigenetics can change the mother when she's pregnant with the fetus. That's some stuff, but it explains how this generational curse will start working through the bloodline to the third, fourth generation. They study it and they can now prove it, through the epigenetics. But this is something the Bible has already said would happen. So you have to be very careful who you form in covenants with, because these people are altars for demons. They have given themselves over to the satanic kingdom. Either they are practicing witches or warlocks, or they doing it blindly. However, are they in divination, the occult, whatever they into, they have open access to ruler dark powers through their body. And those demons are the ones talking to you, doing all of this damage to destroy you.
Yeah.
That's all they there for. It's no love.
And you ruminate too, because the dirt that they do to you, man, you can't get over that. It's like, how in the heck did this person find themselves? I would never. All you think about is it play over and over and over in your head what these people have done to you. And that's just the work of the devil, because now he's trying to build it up to the point where you want revenge. And we do get to that point where we want revenge, because I know I got to that point where I wanted revenge. And because of, the statute of limitations has not run out yet, I'm not going to say
Oh, that's right.
what type of revenge I wanted.
I know.
But you definitely ruminate about what they've done to you and what you want to do to them, because I've been there,
Yes.
and it kills you. And you fight yourself, not to do anything to these people. It's hard,
It
because
is.
these people do you so freaking dirty. And the first
Yeah.
thing I said to God is like, man, I know I ain't never did nothing that bad in my life for me to deserve this. I couldn't have. You start thinking back like, dang, who did I wrong back in the days? What did I do? Did I do something to somebody that this has come back on me? That's just how bad it is. They put you in your thoughts. You get to overthinking and ruminating, playing those situations over and over and over in your head, trying to figure this out. And all it is doing is just driving you insane. But it's part of the healing process.
Yeah. And then God is actually revealing to you things that you need to work on the longer you stay stuck in rumination. Like it literally took me about 2 years, close to 2 years this last time around. But it's been longer ruminations with, based on the longer time I was with somebody. The first marriage was 13 years. So it's the longer you in a situation, the longer it might take for God to start working on you to get out of it, because you were really, really deeply covenant in that thing. And it was mainly a forgiveness issue. Like I felt like I kept forgiving, but it's a repeated offense. And it's like you forgive, but the betrayal trauma is so fresh that anger is there. Like it was just there. It really took about 2 years for me to get to the point where if I saw that person, like I ain't seen them, it's definitely a restraining order. So hopefully I still, stand true if I do see them. But it's like if you see that person, you don't know what you're gonna do, because they did so much damage and harm, not just to you, but to your children.
Yes.
And
And
it's a human reaction. So God have to process that out of you and help you with that forgiveness when the person is a true enemy, because we might not surround ourselves with true enemies all the time, but dealing with a narcissist, that Jezebel type spirit, that's the hardest spirit to deal with in a human being, and really try to pray that God have mercy on it, because that one is terrible. It's very vindictive, malicious, and it's something that it works so much against humanity that it's hard for you to even care about a person like that. But you just really gotta, say have mercy and like really work on that forgiveness.
But you know what? And these people burn so many bridges. They abandon their kids. They treat their siblings like crap. Their mother, their grandmother, their father. That people don't want to deal with them when they get older. See, but they run around burning all these bridges and didn't store up for the winter, because the winter is coming, and they're gonna end up on somebody's doorstep when that winter hit, praying that somebody open that door, and y'all gonna have to let them weather that storm because you had to. They didn't look back for you to see if you was okay. They didn't check on you to see if you were struggling. They didn't check on you to
Yeah.
see if they can help you with anything to keep your lights on, to keep your rent paid. They didn't reach back for you, so
Cut 'em
don't reach back for them. I don't care how bad the situation looked, because they saw your situation not looking good, and they still walked away and ran and helped somebody else. They not over there happy. Just because they giving the next person everything that you asked for doesn't mean it's not even necessarily as vindictive. It's just a new movie. They
off.
just starting a whole new life, whole new character, whole new ideas, in a whole new situation, trying to make that work out until it don't. And then they're gonna backtrack. They always run back to old people. They don't like hard working trying to get new people. It's good if they can, but just because they ran to somebody you never seen before doesn't mean that that person is new. They always run back to what's familiar. They run back to people that they had set up to help them ruin you. And that's why a lot of us are facing these people, helping them antagonize us, destroy our lives and everything, because that was somebody that was already in the picture. And that's the person they picked to help destroy you.
Mm-hmm. And somebody in there asking about the Python spirit. Yeah, it's legion. Okay, it's thousands of these things that's in this person. But when they have demons come in groupings, so it's not, you can't figure out like a person, a narcissist, just like, okay, they working with the Jezebel spirit. I'm gonna call out Jezebel Leviathan. Those are ruler powers. So those are like the governance of the demons that's operating in that person. They are operating with a ton of demons. If you get the strong man is they need to repent and change their behaviors. Nothing else is coming out. Like, not with them, nothing is coming out of that. But the difference with Jezebel and divination, Jezebel is the ruling power of manipulation. She antagonizes, she attacks the church, she calls herself a prophetess. A lot of times she's over the church systems. Python is a spirit of divination that wraps around the spinal cord. So Python is usually one that's operating out of a person. It's many Python spirits, like billions of them. Each person can have like their own Python spirit. And that is the one that is doing all of the seducing, the lying. Like, that's the one usually speaking out, but it's a spirit of divination. And a lot of them operate with a spirit of divination because they operate with a lying, seducing power. And once they get to the level of being a narcissist, they have abilities to manipulate the supernatural in some way, shape, or form because they consistently practice evil. That's why I say they're witches and warlocks. So when they can foretell things or they can speak things, and then they have some demonic familiar spirit help, because now we're dealing with the familiars that's higher up on that pyramid. They have familiar spirit help. They are operating with the Python spirit. It is many snakes. That's why a lot of times you will have dreams of snakes. But the one way you will know if you're dealing with somebody with a Python spirit, or if you yourself might have a Python spirit, it suffocates the destiny of God out. There will be no moving forward in the move of God's purpose for your life when dealing with these people. And everybody can say that has happened to them, because I don't know any narcissist that gets somebody closer to God's destiny and purpose while they're together through love and kindness and gentleness and goodness and the fruits of the spirit. Usually you're running from your life to the throne of God.
Speak on
Yep.
that. But Google, y'all. And y'all gonna get it tonight. Y'all gonna get it tonight. Monique Easton, peace, love, and happiness to you too. Mwah. Thanks so much. Look here, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm just gonna jump back in and say that. Well, first of all, the ladies is ripping it tonight. You know what I'm saying? They doing anything, and we're gonna turn it up even higher. Yes, we are. Because listen, the job that we must do in this position simply is convince you that what you see is and was real. We have this mindset, and we follow, and we go into this frame of mind, and I think it's subconsciously we go into this mindset that this didn't really happen. And I think that's like a self-protection mechanism. It wasn't that bad. They didn't mean what they did. Mindset. They didn't mean it. Oh man, she tore my clothes because she loved me. She wrecked my car because she was upset because that's how much she loved me.
Mm-hmm.
He beat me up, did all kinds of stuff to me because he was that angry, because he loved me so. He loved me so that he had to beat me up. He had to. Because listen, you can say what you want, but I felt it that this person loved me. I felt it. I felt that love. And you can't tell me that they don't. There's nothing you could tell me. I don't believe it. I won't receive it. That person loved me, and I don't care what they do. I still got 2 of my toothbrushes at the house, and if they didn't love me, they would have kicked them out. They would have threw that outside, and they still at the house. If they didn't love me, they would have threw that stuff out. We will make any excuse for the person that's terrorizing your life.
Oh yeah.
We will say any and do anything.
Yep. And they'll ghost you, and they'll run off, and they're like, he did leave all his clothes, but what we don't understand is they didn't already started they had a whole nother life. They got a whole new set of clothes over at that other person's place, got a key, got keys to their car. They've been living a whole double life, and we think they coming back because they left stuff there. Oh, they coming back, but not when you think they are. We think they coming back. Oh, just give them a week, give them time to cool off. Nope, they over there with their new family until the dust blow over here, where they think you forgot, or you got that forgiving spirit where you gonna forgive that dirt that they did to you, and then they gonna come back and act like nothing. And they have this whole attitude like once time go by, they don't have to come back and apologize. They can just come back and say hello, and you gonna entertain them. And some people do. But it'd be a cold day in hell if I entertain him. He better not never show up on my doorstep, because the courts already know he's a threat, and I will defend myself, and that's on record.
Yeah. And they'll always be able to find prey because they assigned to it. They got these little familiars out here leading them to the people to devour. And say the enemy, saying he go around like a roaring lion. I mean, that's not nice. It's not like a gentle dove. He's a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. Who is gullible? Who's naive? Who can he prey on and devour? Not just bite them, but take them out. And so when we see these things, it is very hard for us because we ended up in the Lulu land, and we have to realize that's where we was at. And then we have to figure out how to get out. But as long as our thoughts is like thinking about somebody else, and a lot of us was trained to always think about somebody else through traumas and dramas in childhood, and then through traumas and dramas with the narcissist, your thoughts is always on another person. You have to retrain your brain to put your thoughts back on yourself. Like every time you get up, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I bet they happy right now. I'm sitting here with these kids. I bet they doing it. Your thoughts should stop right there. And it take time to get there. It was very hard for me to come to this. I had to read many books, talk to many coaches, therapists, all of that stuff, God, everything, before I start realizing, dang, I do just automatically start thinking about somebody else's stuff, their problems, their life, everything. And I don't put the attention to myself. I didn't even know who I was. A lot of us don't even know ourselves. And if we do know ourselves, we don't know our self-worth. We don't know what we're capable of. We don't know the love that we have for ourselves. We don't know a lot of that because we've always been self-sacrificing to a fault throughout life.
Yeah.
Don said, why are they so nice to everyone but the ones they love? That's because that's triangulation. They want you to see you sit there and beg them for the bare minimum, and they want you to see them being nice to everybody else. It's not that they nice to them. They just doing it because they know that's what you want. These it's
yeah. You gotta ask, why was the devil nice to Eve? That's the better question, because that's the real answer. Why was the devil nice to Eve? Because he was about to get that life. He was about to get that. He was gonna get her to seduce Adam to get the kingdom. That's it. That's how narcissists think. Anytime they being nice, it's with a motive. They hate being nice. They gotta sit there and release all these demonic demons somewhere just for the 5 minutes they was nice. They gotta practice that in the mirror, but they hate to be nice to people unless if it's somebody they gonna sleep with. They'll be nice so they can sleep with them. If they're going to get some money from them, nice to get the money. But they're not just genuinely nice people. It's all manipulation. They're manipulating them. And they don't need to manipulate you all the time. So they don't want to be nice to you. That's their real character.
Yep. Everything they do is calculated. Even if they do be nice to you, you're going to pay for it later. The nicer they are to you, the meaner they are when they turn that torch on. And when they turn that torch on, they don't want to turn it off. You have to literally remove yourself from the situation. And that's what they call devaluing you. No, that's torture. Because at that point, they don't care anymore. They're going to say what they want to say, do what they want to do, and they don't care what you think because they already know you're not leaving. They know they got you wrapped around their finger and you're going to sit right there because you've been tried and tested and mother approved.
Yeah.
And they're going to do whatever they want to you. And you're going to sit there, and we all have sat there and let them degrade us, talk down to us, cuss at us, call us out our names. And we sat there and took it. And that's how they know we're going to continue to do it. And some of y'all take them back and still let them do it. It only gets worse. They're not going to come back respecting you when you let them disrespect you before they left. No, they're going to pick up right where they left off. You that same B they called you before they left. And now you're going to be even more names when they come back.
Yeah.
Well,
and they picked up more demons. By the time the first husband was like, let's get remarried, I was hitting him with raw chicken. I mean,
let's get remarried. Let's get remarried.
Yes,
because I know we destroyed that first one. I know we destroyed. But if you just marry me one more time, we're gonna do it right this time. We're gonna do it right. This gonna be it this time.
Woo. He hit him with raw chicken. He was a whole bacteria. Huh?
You slapped him with raw chicken. You done hit the man with raw chicken.
Oh my God, you get salmonella.
And he said, "Baby, that's what I needed." And see, you know what, y'all? Something that attracts us that's crazy And I think all of us have been attracted to it, whether we still are, some of us still are, but all of us at some point were slightly attracted to somebody that was just a little crazy. Just a little bit.
The TV.
Because if they crazy, we tend to think that they're crazy about me.
Yeah.
They crazy about me. I make you love me so much, it make you crazy. And we believe that craziness. We do. Come on, Lady Virgo. You and Dawn. Yes, y'all did.
He'll use it against you though. He'll be like,
yes, y'all did.
Call yourself a Christian.
We all thought that they love us. Just that little crazy part. That little crazy part. They thought that we were such an incredible person that it made them crazy. We believe that stuff. We believe that. We believe everything they throw in, everything they giving. They ain't giving you nothing but a headache, a heartache. They giving you worms. They giving you nightmares. Man, they giving you everything you never wanted, everything that you never even knew existed this bad. And we sit back and we ruminate. Rumination, I'm telling y'all, rumination is you refusing to accept reality. When we don't understand what we do to ourselves.
Yeah.
You cannot, guys, I'm telling you, it's the equivalent of lying to yourself. It is the equivalent of lying to yourself. And you can sit back. Some people lie to themselves. Narcs do it. That's why they crazy. That's one of the main reasons they're crazy. But the thing is that they believe their lie because you believe it. They are so convincing, and you're sitting there asking yourself, like, well, why do you lie? Why they gotta lie about that? They lying about stuff they ain't even gotta lie about.
Man.
And you asking yourself, they didn't even have a reason to tell me that lie. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. You know, y'all want to know the reason? The reason that they had to tell you that lie, that they didn't even have to lie. You didn't even ask the question. You ain't even asked the question for this lie. They have to give you the lie because, first of all, that's the language they speak. That's who they are. And the second thing, one of the ninth, 10th, 11th thing, they're going to lie to you about everything so that you will never know when they telling the truth. Ask yourself, every time the narc says something, the first thing that came to your mind, the first thing was, is this fool lying again? They lying or they telling the truth? You ain't know what to believe.
That's
why they lie to you about stupid stuff that don't even matter, because it keeps you on edge. It keeps you in a mental place where you just like, are they serious or they just messing with you? Messing with me again? And yes, they are.
That's because the reason they lie about stuff is because they love to see your reaction to a lie. And they sit there and laugh at you being confused about it and trying to figure it out, and it never even existed. That's why they lie about the smallest of things. It's sadistic. They get a kick out of confusing you and watching you because they know you're a problem solver and you're going to try to figure it out and never find a solution because it was a whole lie.
Well, but when you think about it, that's your position in the relationship, the entanglement for the entire time anyway. They break it, you fix it. Is that not the case in every narcissistic relationship?
Yeah.
But they operate out of chaos and confusion. Like that's what Eros is supposed to be, the god of chaos and confusion, or chaos and disorder and all of that. So when you're dealing with these people, they are in agreement with a lying, seducing power. That spirit, the Bible specifically say that one was up at the throne, like, hey, I'm gonna go and deceive, put a lying, seducing spirit in your prophets. You know, this thing is a major demonic archon ruling spirit, and a narcissist is in agreement, contract signed and sealed with this lying spirit. Like, you can lie through my body and seduce the people, because the goal is to deceive them. Because once you start believing, once you listen to a narcissist, you are automatically starting to entangle with mind control tentacle demons. Like, that mind control spirit is starting to already start getting in your mind and start setting up a stronghold, because they have to get you to believe the lie for you to be deceived. So once you constantly listening to them, yeah, they believe their own lies. They gone. They mind is, Satan has taken their minds. They are gone. So it'll take the mercy of God to regenerate and give them a new brain in order for them to be redeemed. Because there's nothing fire in there. So Satan, it took the mind over. So they just constantly a vessel, and it's called like the Lucifer effect, when they can sit there and Satan can turn a good person, a good-hearted, empathic person, to work to be like him. And they got to do that by slowly dehumanizing. That's one of the things. This is a study that was done. They have to dehumanize. They have to isolate. They have to make you feel like you're part of something that no one else is part of. And that's like that narcissistic cult relationship. Like that is a whole cult practice. Everything that they do in the relationship is part of the cult. Even when they discard and recruit a new member, every one of them, they had like the sister wives and stuff. When the new wife would come in, they was loving that one, but they still had the other ones around. That's how narcissists are. These are demonic beings that we were not supposed to touch. Okay, not supposed to touch. Please don't touch them again.
But it's all a decision, and it's all spiritual too, because even a brain that has trauma from a car accident is resilient and can bounce back through pattern. And these people are so persistent in their pattern that they don't want to change. When they go into new situations, these lies have been told over decades. It don't change. They one-trick ponies. The lie they told the woman before you, they telling you. They gonna tell the next woman, and they gonna tell the next one after that. It's nothing new unless they have to tweak it a little bit, because some of us are a little harder to manipulate than others. So then they'll tweak it a little bit and add a new lie, and that's how you catch them, because they can't keep up with that new lie that they had to tell. And that's why when they tell them old lies, it's repetitive. You'll think it's the truth, because like I said, they done told it over a decade. But when they have to tell a new lie, you catch them up, because they can't remember that lie, because it broke from the norm, and they can't keep up with it.
There you go, man. Rockwell, Sophia, thanks for the super chat, Rockwell. Whoo, boy. Hey, look, as soon as I saw that, first thing I was going right about you, Keish.
We do it,
like a dog that returns to his vomit, a fool who repeats his foolishness. And I think the way I've always seen it was, so shall a fool return to his folly. There you go.
They get you with the fake thing. Like, that's the thing.
And hellish mistake of marrying, divorcing, remarrying, and divorcing him again, y'all.
When you in God, when you in church, this is how this happens. We were young, but then you get the divorce, and the church comes at you with those scriptures. They can twist it a little bit. They can be like, well, y'all was married, you divorced them, you can't marry somebody else, so that's gonna be a sin. That's gonna be like adultery or whatever. So you gotta, stay married or reconcile back with the first husband. You want to performance improve for God, because you're so used to performance-based love. That's the kind of love that you've seen in examples of people who was religious narcissists in the family. They portrayed as God, so everything with God is a performance. So you like, well, I got to get back with this. Yeah, I was wrong. You start guilt tripping yourself, and then the guy, they go to church, they fall out under the spirit, they make it seem like they had this spiritual conversion. So you think you're doing right by God.
They get you. They sitting right in that church, and they sitting in that pulpit, and they saw you come in the door. They
don't talk about demonic covenants.
Showed up.
If they talked about demonic covenants, If one pastor leader was able to be real and talk about a demonic covenant, none of that stuff with the remarrying and the torture and abuse and all of that, it won't linger, because they'll tell you, no, you got into a covenant with the devil. You can't stay in that because that's idolatry. So if that is broken and divorced and that covenant is a no, yes, you can marry somebody because God is going to honor from the point of your rebirth salvation, but not when you marry to the devil. If you marry to the devil, you with the devil. Period. Point blank.
There you go.
See, but that's what a lot of pastors didn't teach people back then.
Right.
They're starting to teach it now, because I'm starting to see that abuse is not okay with God. And you could divorce for that reason. But see, narcissists have gotten so smart that it's not physical, it's mental, and you can't recognize it. And so you try to stay in that marriage thinking that it's just a character flaw in them and that it can be fixed. And you fight and you fight and you fight for a marriage, and not even knowing that it's abuse and that it's damaging your brain and your health. But now, since this information is out, we can recognize it and we can get out of it. And there's no Bible that's going to hold you to, no pastor going to hold you to a marriage that is not benefiting you, that's mentally abusing you. That's why a lot of courts and stuff are ignorant, because they don't recognize mental and emotional abuse. It has to be physical in order for them to understand it. And that's why these people get away with this, because society enables them to do the stuff that they're doing. And that's why they won't run to God, because society is going to enable them no matter what. It's going to always be somebody that's going to see there's nothing wrong with what they're doing, because they can flip the lie and flip the story and smear your name, and people don't even care to hear your side of the story no more. All they need is just one side to make a judgment.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's something we get caught up into.
Yeah.
Y'all be so afraid that somebody believe a lie about you.
Yeah.
You be so afraid that somebody, they done told everybody that I use olive oil. I ain't never used olive oil. I don't know what y'all. And I'm saying this, man. Why are you beating yourself up about what somebody, chose to believe about you just because so-and-so said it? A liar said such and such about you. Man, I'm going to tell you, my walk through this, it was different. And let me say the reason it was different. The reason it was different was because, first of all, I did reach a point while I was still with the narc, but I was with them a long time. Okay, I was with her a long time. But I did reach the point where I believed her, where I trusted what she showed me. The biggest problem I had all that whole time was I wanted to believe something other than what I was seeing. I wanted to believe. Well, I did not want to believe that I picked that. I did. I'm telling you, that had me hung up for years.
Yeah.
I did not want to believe that I made a selection of that caliber, that I picked this mess over here to say I'm going happily ever after through sickness and health and whatever happens in here. I could not believe that I made a choice that was that far off the planet. I refused to believe it. And not only did I refuse to believe it, listen, not only did I refuse to believe it, I refused to believe it, and I fought, if you will. I fought to prove that it was some good in this devil. Every single day I set out, it's some good in this devil, and I'm going to find it. And I've never been more wrong in my life. I've never been more wrong in my life. I thought that I could, I say I refused to take the loss. I refused to take that L. I refused to learn that lesson. I said, nah, man, it's got to be some good in that thing. Because why does it seem like these other people want it? If it ain't no good in it. And I didn't stop to think because they don't know. You didn't know. How you gonna judge this book by the cover? You're judging by the outside. When they see what's inside that thing, they not gonna believe it.
No.
And when you see something you don't believe, guys, it's you a deer caught in the headlights. That's what the deer is. He see it and he don't believe it because he like, what? And that's us. You see it and you can't believe you are and you're in a trance.
Yeah.
You're literally in a trance right there because you're like, wow, we about to crash. Look at like we really about to crash. And you're thinking something's gonna say, but we ain't gonna actually crash, are we? And then boom. Yes, we did. Guys, we get caught up. We get caught up, man. And I'm saying too many of us, we get caught up trying to prove I can make it through anything. You're trying to prove to a devil that no matter how much torture they bring in your life, I can forgive you. I can forgive that and I can forget it. I can forget. Listen, whatever the assignment is, I'm going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
You have chosen the position of fix it.
That's because
you break it, I'll fix it.
Our elders taught us that struggle love was okay.
Yes.
They taught us that our husband and wives having babies outside the marriage was okay. You fight for your marriage. You let your husband is supposed to provide. They didn't teach us that there's independence outside of a partner. We were always taught that we're supposed to be married. We're supposed to be this perfect family. We're supposed to have this. I think now that Satan has turned up the heat, and that's why it's worse now, because you had men and women back then that would cheat and have babies and never left their marriages. But now you have these people abandoning whole families.
Yes.
Back then,
like it ain't nothing.
The husband and wives would not want nothing to do with that outside child. These husband and wives now don't want nothing to do with the kids inside the home. Satan has flipped the script. It has changed.
Yeah.
And he's showing us it's not what our elders taught us. It's not even what we think now, that we have been taught wrong. And he turned the heat up and he got away with it for so long. But now we're starting to recognize it, that it's worse now. It's way worse now than it was then, because these people have way more demons in them now than our grandfathers and our fathers then. Because my father, he has about 50 kids and he'll tell you, but he only claims 17.
China. Ain't no way your father got 50 kids, man.
My daddy said he had 50 kids, and I believe it. He been in the military. He got babies everywhere.
Yeah. And they can't, and then this is what we in an adulterous generation, like a wicked and perverse generation. We at the end of this thing. And so it's so much wickedness. This stuff has been released that good has become evil and evil has become good. It was never intended for any type of sexual immorality and sin to be outside of the marriage. I was raised, by my mom, like all men cheat. So even when they was cheating or whatever, that's the norm. But that should never have been the norm. The norm should have been mom not being, narcissistic, being faithful to the father, they being married and having children in wedlock. But because it's such a wicked and perverse generation, all of these standards are thrown out the window, even in a church. I was married to the pastor. Like, I thought I did everything right. I had to really come to God and really say, God, I was wrong. No matter how much I thought I was discerning, no matter how much I thought I was in deliverance and knew I could spot a demon a mile away, I couldn't see it when it came to my own emotions, because I had that idolatry of what a perfect marriage should be, or what a godly man should be, or what a godly relationship. I put that over God over the Bible. So because this person came as a godly man, even though I knew, okay, I need to wait, because first of all, you know, he was coming off drugs, he ain't had no teeth, he ain't had no home, he couldn't take care of me. I mean, it was so many flags. It was still like, but he a godly man. He
How you get past the flags?
because I was in the Lulu. Okay.
She was like, I'm gonna shine this penny up over here. I know
help
it's
you,
dirty.
man.
I know it's dirty. This penny right here stink
Get
like I
that
don't know what.
poverty
This penny
spirit
got
out
a
of
hole
you.
in it.
Right. He like got me one. So it was just like, okay, well, we can just, I guess we're gonna get married in a
She
month,
just
you
said,
know,
this is my
all
penny.
of that stuff.
This my penny. Y'all can say what y'all want. This penny got a hole in it. It stink a little bit. It got some Kool-Aid stuck on it. But I'm gonna shine this penny up, and it's gonna be
He
mine.
can preach real good. And when
I
he
hate
preach,
to
he's
say
anointed.
it, Keisha. He knew, and you knew he was out of your league.
Yes.
And he knew if you wanted him,
China.
that you didn't see your value.
I
And
did
he
not.
saw you coming a mile away.
Because the man was like,
Keisha,
he really
me and
loved
China
you.
sitting here thinking,
That's the one.
ain't no way on this planet a woman this fine got a dude who ain't got no teeth. He dirty. And he pretended he a pastor at the same time. It's no way. It's no way a woman this fine is doing that. And Keisha like, he mine.
But he had the Bible. He
pulled
out the Bible.
He got the Bible. He know how to quote that Bible, and he mine. And he gonna be mine.
You should have known better. You should have known better.
The family wasn't no better. They was like, he really loved you. Nah, he ain't had no home. He ain't had nowhere to go.
He was like, look, I'm gonna take him home and watch him.
This man teeth.
Right.
Look. Keisha was like, I'm gonna take him home. I'm gonna give him a bath. I'm gonna give him a gum brush. Let him brush them down. We're gonna take him to the barber shop.
We're going to the dentist and making this appointment.
We're gonna take him to the barber shop and we're gonna hook him up. We gonna bring him back in the church, and that there it is.
There you go. And he did that. As soon as he did it, divorced and got with somebody like, you know, his daughter age, because that's what they do.
And Keith, he did exactly what a narcissist does. He said, okay, she done fixed me up.
Yep.
Now it's time for me to go get somebody on my level.
That's where he was like, where the young ones at? Where the kids at? I'm telling you, man, these people got
that's a typical, you know, that reminds me of the snake in your pocket story, where the man saw a snake and the snake was dying, and he picked him up, gave him some water, put him in his pocket, and then the snake bit him. He's like, man, why did you bite? I just saved your life.
Yes.
Snake looked at him and said, man, I'm a snake. What is wrong with you? You don't put a snake in your pocket.
Man, do the fact check on these pastors, because they all in church. They got these wonderful fake testimonies. You know, they overcame all of this, the prison system, red flag, overcame the prison system. Ooh. They overcame a life of selling drugs. Usually they was using them. You know, all of this stuff. I'm from a lot of
y'all, they told y'all they was the kingpin, and the whole time they was the neighborhood crackhead.
Exactly.
Hey, don't nobody in this neighborhood know me.
Check the teeth, check the bone density, check the hair. They got physical size of that stuff, man. I'm telling you. Check the toenails. If it's a lot of fungus, times are they want to take care of themselves.
If I got to do all that, I don't want you. I'm sorry. I mean, I got my flaws, but if I see your toenail, if I got to put some work into you like that, you're not welcome in my bed. I'm sorry.
What's wrong? I have to go to God like, I'm gonna just start from scratch. Just act like I was just born.
Let's not joke on people's feet, all right? Let's not joke on people's feet, all right? Some of us got some crusty feet. Now I've been lotioning my feet for the last 4 months, so they nice and baby soft. You know, I think
I'm talking about the toenails that come off like yellow, like they thick and yellow, fungus. But it's the fungus, because they so hateful. The toxin got to go somewhere. So usually the toxin go to the feet. It usually go to this is gone. I'm you know, I did have some dental issues after I kept talking, so I told God I'm gonna tone it down about
Hold up. Hey, look here. Keisha, you, Rockwell, I think you and Rockwell just got so much in common here this evening. Because, hey, look, Rockwell, thanks for the super chat,
She in
Rockwell.
church, man.
Thanks for the super chat, and thanks for just sharing the truth. See, some people just be feeling like telling the truth. That's how being with a narcissist makes you feel, because it makes you feel like, I can't tell y'all the truth. I just can't. It's too much. It's too bad. That's why I respect Keisha so much, y'all. We sitting here having a laugh about Keisha's pain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's recovery right there. That is recovery. That is a level of recovery when you can laugh and say, wow, I actually did that. Wow. Yes, I didn't believe this.
And when you can admit it, then that's when God really can use you, because he know that you will take that humility. That's what it comes to. Like, once you really put it out there, like, you know what? Yeah, they did and said all of that, and I was wrong. You would start decreasing that rumination, because a lot of times you be trying to put together, how can I make this story make sense that I'm a sane person? Because you did some insane things.
Look, Rockwell said he couldn't even fill out a money order or a check to this day. She said, I feel you, Keisha. Prison queen. Prison drug queen. Listen, y'all. Listen, everybody.
She had a picture of the thong. Like, I should send you the picture of him with the thong and the lipstick. I was like, he had a thong and lipstick. Like, oh my God.
Hold on.
He always did weird. We got to start terming correct words. He always had an identity.
Jesus Christ.
Lord bless him. Lord bless him.
I got wet and tight. No woman is the type.
Keisha was sprung. That's what it was. Man. He called Keisha when she had a long term of celibacy, and Keisha was like, look here. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I'm about to see.
I'm ready to leave after a week. Like, wait a minute, what did I do? I signed some papers. It was a lot of things happening. I had to tell Daddy Narc taking my car. And a lot of stuff was happening at the time.
Keisha was sitting there like, my left arm has gone numb. Look, baby, come on. I'm gonna clean your. Come on, we're gonna take a shower. I got a shower at the house. I'm gonna feed you something too. I'm gonna feed you, baby. Come on.
She went and bought a whole
with my own money, and that's how he got in.
She went and bought a whole year supply of applesauce for him.
You could just
she warmed it up. She warmed it up and everything.
Nobody will ever know. Just don't use the S. But other than that, you good.
Hey, Keith, listen. I'm laughing today, but I if I showed y'all one of my exes, man. If I showed y'all one of my exes, good gracious, y'all be like, whoa, for real.
You'd be like, baby,
you'd be like, for real. Y'all would be like, that dude right there. I know he is not laughing. I know he's not laughing. No, not him. Look here, we've been there. Listen, that's the reason why I say to y'all, you don't want your ex out here homeless and out in the street, running around crazy, washing windshields and stuff for money, begging for change. You don't want that. You don't want anybody that knows you to see your ex out on the corner begging for change. You don't want anybody to see it.
You don't want them to see them, period. It was so bad. People from the old neighborhood was literally calling my brother, like, is your sister okay?
You know what? Don't carry on. I don't care.
When I said that, it was a story that I want to tell. I want to say the story, but I want to say it because I'm not going to say it because I know I'm going to laugh. I know y'all going to laugh. And I don't want to mock nobody that because I don't want what they getting.
You're not necessarily gonna get what they getting. It's not.
No, I ain't gonna get what. I'm not gonna get what they getting. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say it now because you're right. I ain't gonna get what they getting because you
It
know they did it
happens.
to
You're
me.
just telling it.
You know what I'm saying? They did it to me. Man, listen here, y'all. Y'all talking about somebody. You talking about somebody that went, and I'm talking about this person dragged me on the internet. I mean, dragged me on the internet. Told everybody I was this broke bum that she was taking care of. And I was like, really? Y'all better not play with God's children out here. Y'all better not play with God's children. Cause man, oh shit, I'm gonna say man, this person right now literally got a chicken coop in her backyard raising chickens to get eggs. Cause that's how she got to get something to eat.
What?
Stop playing with God's people.
For sure.
Because what's gonna happen to you ain't even gonna be fun. Y'all saw, I noticed that it wasn't even funny. You like, damn, what? You went from living like what to what? Whoa. It will make you say, hold up, Joe. Maybe I shouldn't be laughing about it because could go. Because guys, you never know what a day will bring you. You do not know what God got for you. And I'm talking about somebody that was bold, was telling me you should get a better job and you should get this, and you nothing to me. You nothing. That stuff you doing is stupid. You know, and I'm saying no, and I'm saying you calling me stupid and nothing. And I've been taking care of you your whole life, the whole time I've known you. Okay. But one day somebody said, here go a job. But sometimes God gonna give them that so that they can show you who they really are.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna let you see, because you think in your mind somewhere, this person, they abusive, but they really love you. That's what you think. But I'm gonna show you, because I'm gonna give this person something, and they gonna show you how they really care, what they really think about you. I'm gonna let that person show you, and then I'm gonna go ahead, get you away from them, because what I'm gonna do to her, you don't even need to see that. This person got a chicken coop in her backyard, Joe.
Oh my God.
You done went from what to what? You selling chicken eggs at this point?
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
That's because we provided the lifestyle for them and they can't maintain it. They were living under our umbrella, having everybody else thinking that this is something they built. They built this empire and you were leeching off them. They're the brains behind the operation, and that's not the truth. And I also want to say this too. There's a difference between wishing something on someone and wanting to see them. I don't wish anything on anyone, but I do want people to see them in that situation so people can see who was the problem, who was behind all the stuff that we had. That's why God put them in them situations to expose who they really are and who you really were. And that's why I would want people to see them in those situations so people can see it for what it really was and not what that person said.
Man,
and the people that they showing it, they want to believe something crazy. Like it's just so much different. It's a whole different world when you look at it. Like the narcissists put you in their world around they little crack and they delulu land, but that's not even reality. Like that's a whole different matrix. Like you got your own delulu land you got to get out of too. But once you really get to reality, none of them people matter. And it took so long for me to really come to that because, again, it was surrounded around the church. It was around my faith. And I was like, but God, he convincing the church of this. And I can't believe he's saying he this deliverance minister. He didn't even know about demons. I told him he had demons. You know, it was like all of this. God was like, what are you talking about? He was like, you was in idolatry. I pulled you out of idolatry, not because of the stuff that you was doing and saying, because you was gone, but because your children was praying. I pulled you out of
Man.
idolatry. You're in a generational curse, and I'm
Woo.
breaking it. He was like, I'm paying no attention to that. That's not me. I'm not in none of that. That's
Mm.
religiosity. But he
Man,
said,
you
I was
know,
like, but he's taking all of the things that I taught him, all the deliverance. He took the ministry. He gave my women's ministry to this young girl. And he said, he just kept being so simple. That's idolatry. He was like, I
man,
pulled you out of idolatry. What I got for you, I'm going to use you how I use you. The ministry, church organizations, all of that, that doesn't make you my child. That doesn't make you a disciple. What I put
because
in you,
he didn't go in there to do that. That wasn't his mission. He
no,
wanted the attention.
he wanted
He
the
saw that
attention.
pastor role and said, I
Mhm.
want to be, if I can get with you, I can be in that seat right there.
I can get with you, I
Yeah.
can get them, and I can get, he said they do everything I tell them to do. That's what he said. I was like, these God's people. And he was
See,
like, they do what I say.
but you know what, Keisha? Sometimes the reason why God allowed him to do that and to steal everything that you knew is sometimes God have to plant people in churches to drive the devil out. He ain't doing nothing but picking the bad people up out of that church, making room for the good people. He exposing people. That's how he with all these wives, dealing with all these women. You don't know who all he's sleeping with in there. I'm quite sure you
Man,
probably do,
yo,
but I'm sure
I get
because
messages
look,
from people,
I saw this.
people's
I
husbands.
saw Peachy P said if they was really that bad off, no one would know about it. It's all a show. No, it's not, Peachy. No, it ain't. It ain't all a show. See, what a show for a narc is, a show is they gonna pretend they doing incredible. They gonna pretend for you they doing incredible out here. Life is good. Okay, you ain't gonna see a narc, bragging or telling nobody. See, when you get to a place where life's so bad, where you scared to go to the mailbox because you know what mail is in there. When you get to a place in your life where it's so incredible that you gotta lock the gate in front of your house and keep the snatch man from repossessing your car, and then he come banging on your door and you gotta call the police to make him leave. See, that part right there, they can't hide. They've hidden everything that they could. Okay, they've hidden everything when they've sold everything that you ever bought them, because over the time that's how they've been surviving.
Yeah.
No. She got chickens because she ain't got no other way. Now, don't get me wrong, she's doing some other stuff that ain't working. Whatever it is, it ain't working. Listen, you ain't never seen somebody who was executive somewhere, got a chicken coop and they selling chicken eggs. I ain't talking about no got this big situation. I'm talking about somebody you got 2 chickens and you eating them
It
joints.
was inside of you. Like they could have manipulated and everything and got that position, but everything that they get from the devil's kingdom, he gonna take it back and then some. He is a terrible pimp, and so they working for the devil.
That
That's
devil
it.
gonna betray you.
And
Listen, when you
that's who
join
they
his
serve.
side, when you join his side, that's what you get. That's you get stupid prizes for stupid people. That's
yeah,
what you're gonna get.
people think the devil care about these narcissists.
What
They don't.
exactly?
Oh,
He will remove them out of your home and let them go be with somebody who got HIV for the purpose of using them to spread it. He don't care about them neither. He's out
no,
to
he be
take their
laughing
life
at
as
them.
well as yours. Everybody is a
Yeah.
pawn in his game and they just
Mm,
willingly go
mm,
along with it, but we fight it. They
mm.
happy with their
Man,
position. They happy with their level
hey,
of evil. They don't want to
hey,
change.
And you
listen.
wonder how they can go and be with the next bum, and you like, well, they with somebody, that person don't do this and that. They have unclean spirits. They love unclean environments. They are okay with that.
Mhm.
what the devil does, he just changed their illusion. In the little land, he just tweaked the environment. They think they live in high in the flat life because this person is serving them or giving them that worship. They don't understand that they both being worshipped in the homeless shelter together forever because they done lost everything. But they understand like at least somebody is in the pit with me. When God gets you out the pit, he got you out the pit because of mercy for a reason. We should be thankful because that narcissist is not going anywhere and they taking whoever they can down with them. And that is it. I ain't never seen no narcissist uplift somebody and want to get them out the pit. Not even in my own family. They want the whole family to do toxic things. So the whole family can crash and burn. Like this is the wickedness of that system.
Because if you vibrating on a low level like them and doing crimes and stuff like them, you can't judge them. They love being around people who allow them to be who they are. And that's why they hate the scapegoat, because we veer off. Everybody can walk the same path, but eventually somebody's going to veer off from that path. And when we do that, we become public enemy number one because we know all their secrets. We know everything they've done to people. And they try to silence us. That's what the smear campaign is all about, to silence us. So if we go to somebody that they did dirty behind the scenes, we won't believe. That ain't just to dirty up our name. That's just so we won't be believed when we go, because we know dirt that they've done to people. And if they go dirty our name up to that people, that them people, they ain't gonna want to hear nothing we gotta say because they already turned them against us. That smear campaign served a lot of purpose.
They did it with the ministry. They was going and speaking for, and they was like, well, you just bitter. And I said, you know what? God told me what I had to do as far as, he said that's idolatry, but as far as proving anything, he was like, I'm gonna prove myself. I have to do nothing, because each and every one of them that the narcissist was able to persuade, the narcissist eventually turned on them, because that's what they do. The devil turns on even the flying monkeys. And so God is going to be God regardless of who he flows through as a vessel. But when you coming up, people have to be very careful when they listen to a narcissist as a flying monkey perspective, because when you come in agreement and an attack against a child of God, that's not good on your life. Because you putting in harvest of dark seeds, and you're going to reap that harvest. So when calamities happen, I've had people come and apologize, like, I'm so sorry that I listened to them. I'm sorry that this happened. I'm sorry we was exchanging pictures. I believe you now. I'm like, I forgive you. But, it's just the fact that because they were swayed, now there's not a friendship. That friendship had to be terminated, because I still know your fruit. I can't sit here and be friends with you knowing that you're still operating in those kind of spirits where you will betray me and listen to somebody and go to the forest. It may not have been just exchanging pictures. Y'all could have slept together. But the fact is, whoever is supposed to be a friend to you, or if God put people in your life, they're going to love you enough not to turn on you, not to betray you. Not to listen to what this narcissist is saying, even if it's in a church. They gonna solve it the way God say solve it. Bring y'all together and make people take accountability. But when that's not happening, it's time to just leave that church. I was like, you know what, bye. God was like, you tripping. You trying to be part of a group that obviously they have believed the lie. So until he deal with them on that, why do you keep trying to be part of something that is really keen on believing the lie? You just got to go. He got many people in this world.
Well, Monique, thanks for that super chat, Monique. Monique said, my mother was the scapegoat of all her siblings. The narc turned the whole family against us. Man, Joe, you know what? Hey, Monique, I'm going to tell you. One of the reasons we don't talk about the family narcs, because we be in this joint we had to dedicate a whole day. We had to dedicate a whole day because the narc in the family, man, you talking about somebody just trifling for no reason at all. The person you got to bring. Look, can I talk about the narc in my family just for a second? I just want the mic. Just give me 1 second. The one that when we have a family cookout, we got to hire security because she coming in here got her own bottle of do it fluid and gonna do it.
Yes.
Go to a cookout. And you know, you're like, wow, this nice. This nice. That's a nice cookout. Literally 30 while you talking to her. While you're talking to her. Her girlfriend walks up to her and asks her, you need me to do such and such over here? Wow.
Oh my gosh. That's how it is, man.
Okay, all right. We go now. We was leaving. We was leaving. No, don't leave. I'm sorry. Don't leave. I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, we can't. We just gonna go too far off, man. It's gonna be too far off.
Don't travel with them, arguing with the airport, landing the plane, okay? The narcs in my family, the plane was grounded. My brother was like, I'm never traveling with them again. We up there, they argue with the attendant lady. Like,
Yeah.
Everywhere you go. Anywhere you go.
Anywhere.
With the narc. The family narc like to start picking. Everywhere they go, they pick with people, especially if they with the family, because they feel like, oh, I got my whole family in here. We'll jump anybody.
Oh yeah.
A narcissist in your family is a pack animal. It's a pack animal, and they looking for somebody to attack.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, man.
You fix it.
I had a whole family of them. And yes, even when they're narcs, the narcs can be scapegoats for a family. And then they have the one that's the worst. Like he's saying I don't know if you said it was your cousin or whatever. That's people, when people say, you got that one uncle, that's the worst narcissist in the family. That's the one that everybody prayed go to jail or die because he tortures all of them. They hate for that person to come to the family functions because that's the one gonna get everybody to kiss, and he's the worst.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a fight, and
they break it, you fix
God
it.
bless their soul.
We always go somewhere.
The ones that ain't here, God bless their soul.
I don't know what they're talking about. They didn't pay for this. It's always somebody from Keisha, where you at? Come talk to them. I can't take it. Come talk to them and fix it. I'm like,
man, listen.
That's how you get into little.
I had some uncles. It wasn't, no, I had a uncle. I had that uncle, China. I had that uncle. Could start a fight in a room by himself. Just always, I don't know. Y'all ever knew somebody that no matter where they were at, they knew how to find the wrong kind of people. If y'all went to church, you gonna see them in the side by the bathroom or something. They out on the side taking a smoke break. They done found somebody they know from somewhere or somebody from the same circle they run in. They're gonna find those people no matter where they go, because they wear it on their sleeve, man.
Yeah. Demons like to flock together. And it's always gonna be terrible. And the narcissistic, the family is the hardest one. That's the hardest narcosphere to get out of. Because and then if you stay in, if you don't put them strong boundaries on them family members, it's gonna keep you attached to the rumination of the ex. The grandma, all of them, they all following dude. Like they all on the page, like, well, he seemed to be preaching real good now.
Oh
That
no,
new
man.
wife real supportive of him.
Yeah, they love
He
being friends
confessing
with
tonight.
your enemies. That's their biggest thing. And you talking about putting boundaries on family, girl, they will team up on you and all knock them
Yeah.
boundaries down.
They,
I
Listen,
know
they'll bring it up
hey,
in your face, like, look, here you go, right here with the new wife. It looked like she really love him. Like for real,
man.
for real. Like you be ready to smack grandma. Like you for real.
Well,
See,
well,
I'm
let me
man.
say this. Let me say this. Before you smack my grandma, you better be able to fight. You
grandma
slap my
will fight
grandmama,
you
you
too.
better be able to fight. Because my grandma was a fighter.
They the ones
And
doing it.
she
She
was
the
a
one
fighter.
following him. Like, look, he really a man of God. Look at him. I told you you ain't know how to cook. You be like, for real? Like, I really came
Oh,
to the
wow.
cookout for this. I think I'm
Man,
about to
my
go.
my grandmama, my grandma was something different. She was different. She was different. And I mean, and not in a good way different. Okay. Grandma, I grew up thinking my grandmama was crazy. When I was a child, when I was a very young child, I was just being, I always remember being scared of my grandma because she would sit like they had a house, she had a house in DC. Now, this is the crazy part, right? Grandma had money, right? I don't know how she had it. I ain't never seen her go to work nowhere. She had houses in different states. I was I didn't know it back then. I didn't find out till years later. But grandma somehow had money. She wasn't married. My grandma was illegitimate. Listen, grandma got us even to we had a family reunion we went to about 10 years ago, right? Met some of the family that we never knew, but we knew. I mean, we see the family, we go down there and visit, stuff like that. But I just found out that my grandma, the grandma was the side chick, man.
Man.
And we wasn't allowed to go to the family reunion. Oh my goodness, man. Oh man, y'all got me on here confessing
The
tonight,
That's
man.
narcissist
What we
start
doing? We on here
early.
confession tonight.
My grandmother was so evil. Even when they end up in the nursing home, even the golden child don't want nothing to do with them because my aunt was the golden child and she left her in the nursing home. Her and her kids did not even go visit her. And so, I would go visit her at the nursing home because narcissists, they can be evil to people in that nursing home. And my grandmother was, because I went up there one day and she had a black eye. So them people don't take
Nah, they beat you
they
up in
don't
there. Oh, they
they
will
don't
beat you
take
up in
no
that old
mess.
folks home. That nursing home, you will get it in there.
Yeah, she had a
Yeah.
black eye and they said she failed. We know that wasn't the truth, but these people so evil, man. Even when they in them situations, they never want to give you closure because I know the way she treated me. And when I would go up there, she just looked at me one day. It was eating her up because I was the one coming to see her. And I had her put in a decent nursing home and she just bust out and tears. She didn't even apologize to me. She said, this is what she said to me. I always loved your mother. I stopped going up there. Is that what you had to
Oh
say to
my
me
God.
after all that torture you put me through? Because my mother was the scapegoat for the family too, but my mom was a narcissist as well. And they all
Mm.
went against my mother and mistreated her. And that's why she said, I always loved your mother, but she could never bring herself to apologize even though I was the only one coming up there to see her, made sure she was in the decent nursing home and everything. And she just couldn't give me that closure. So I stopped going.
Nope, not gonna give you that, buddy. That sounds too much like right. Giving you
Yeah.
some closure, like where they do that at? Boy, I tell y'all, man, just sitting back and thinking about that family narcissism, man, it is a disease in the family. It is when y'all wonder why the family don't get together. the next generation is acting different than the last generation. That devil done crept in there, man, and it will destroy. And I ain't talking about just one family. I ain't the only one with craziness in the family. That's why it's easy for me to tell y'all stuff, because I know everybody got a house that got some crazy in it.
This is a generational curse. The narcissist was sent because there was a contract. Satan is a legalist. He be like, hey, I got a contract with somebody in this bloodline. I can attack these. And then they send you the narcissist. Like if you have a grandparent, I had a grandparent that she was, talked about the guy she was with for 13 years, but he was married. So that was a whole adultery for 13 years. Like, and everybody talk about this as this wonderful relationship and they did everything together, but nobody talk about it like this man was in adultery. Like he had a whole wife that was hurting, but because it's glamorized just for the person being up under somebody, that whole idolatry stuff, like if you're in a relationship, as long as this person idolizes you, that's a good relationship. It don't matter if they on drugs, it don't matter if they doing whatever. If everywhere you go, this person is at your side and you telling this person what to do and they doing it, that's the ideal relationship in the family mindset when they narcissists. So that's what we grew up in. That's how I ended up with somebody like that, because the dude was always
they groom you for it.
If they work or not, they just care if they worship the ground you walk on. But see, they always turn, and when you get with a narcissist, that stuff go way south and it gets ugly real fast. But they don't prepare you for that part. They just, because it's all evil and wicked, and it's all designed to destroy you. And then keep you in the prison of rumination until the next narcissist come along. Because when the next one comes, that's the only way you stop thinking about the previous one, if you don't go through the process correctly and get that spirit out of you. Like if you get them generational curses broken, take that time to heal. Don't take the shortcuts. Then you can get set free and stay free. But the shortcut is, I'm out of this relationship, here go another one. I'm out of this marriage, okay, get married again. Okay, now we engaged. This only took 2 weeks. That's how it is when you in that system, that family system. That relationship means identity.
But you know what? They make decisions based off emotion, and we make decisions based off logic, and that's why we stayed fighting, trying to apply logic to the situation, because we all could have just said, man, I'm tired, and left, or found somebody that made us feel good and left. But we based our decisions off logic, and that's why they always come back, because they leave based off emotion. And once that high wear off, they want to come back. And now they want you again, and they want that family back, and they want this, and that. It's all a lie. You just abandoned a whole family based off of feeling, because somebody made you feel good, and then you went over there on that other side, didn't even know what that other person was like. Now you in a relationship dating when you should have been dating before you got in a relationship. Now you want to come back over here? No, make them stand 10 toes down on their decision.
The narc was dating while y'all was married, okay? That ain't nothing new. That's how they get down.
They had the
narc was married while you were married.
Say it again. And looking at everybody like, well, y'all know me. Y'all know how I roll. But you know what? That's why, just a minute ago, I was like, I'm torn. Like, I don't want to make a mockery of somebody, because the first thing I think of is I don't want to be them. And that's what they do. And that's why they in that situation, because they sitting there, they was laughing at you. That person she was making jokes. It's so crazy to watch how their life turns. It is amazing when you really back up and back away. Guys, tonight we're talking about rumination, right? When you trust what you saw, when you just believe that they showed you who they are. That's all. When you believe them, you have freed yourself. That is the truth. I believe what I see. I believe what just happened. That's what I believe it. Everything else they're going to do, it's going to be a show. Okay. Now it's time to disguise what I'm really in. Now I got to make this look like this over here. Now I got to show everybody that this new person that I chose, that I ran away from you because I had this other person was so incredible.
Yeah.
This new person, I got to show everybody that it's not me. I'm gonna stick it out. Y'all, a lot of y'all wonder how they still together. Why they still together? Y'all should really be wondering how are they still staying together with that person being that toxic? Because they just like you were. They're just like you were. You got the nerve to think nobody else could be that off their rocker. You got the nerve to think, and we so filled with fantasy that we want to believe that they ain't doing to this person what they did to me. It's no way they doing to them what they doing to me. It's no way. No, and guess what? Some of that you're right. Because they dogging them worse than they dogged you.
Yeah.
That the person that they with knew the kind of dog that the narcissist is.
Yeah.
The narc sitting there looking at them like, you saying me dog this person like that? You don't think you gonna get it?
They knew they was married.
You the one I want. You're the one I want. Because you don't think I'm gonna do you like that. And I'm not. I'm gonna do you worse than that.
Mm-hmm.
And you, because they already see that gleam in that person's eye, the disbelief. They see the disbelief. They see that person. Oh, you can't believe that I'm this treacherous. You can't believe that I'm this hideous. Oh, you the one. You the one. I'ma show you something you ain't never seen in your life. You gonna be able to tell the world about what I'm gonna do to you.
They believe they that treacherous. They just don't think it's gonna happen to them. That's the thing.
It ain't gonna happen to me.
They think I'm gonna treat them better than you because they done ran over there and told all these lies saying you did to them exactly what they did to you. Exactly. And that is person is thinking that you the worst person. I'm gonna treat you right. I'm gonna do this. That's why I tell y'all they live them double lives. They be going over there, these people trying to prove to them that they better than you, cooking them meals, washing them clothes over there, just living a whole nother life over there. And they feeding them in their head about you. These people know about you. If y'all think not one person don't know, they always triangulate. This person know about you some way, some way. There's no way in hell this person went completely into something not knowing you existed. Even if they said you was a baby mama or an ex-wife that can't let go. They done told some stories. That person know you exist. And that person is trying to fight because they gotta make y'all fight for them. They have to. They have to give them that little hint, even if they saying she still want me. This person is now fighting for this person and proving to be a better person. These people know about you, even if they knew you were still married to that person living with them. These people know exactly who they inviting into their homes, but they delusional, thinking it's not going to happen to them. And then if it's another narcissist that they run over to, they got a whole plan for that person because they know who it is, because that person is running away and losing everything, coming over to their playground, to their territory. And they got a whole plan for them. And that's why they got to get you completely out the picture to make sure that they don't have you to run back to when they get ready to tear that ass up.
There you go. Because you know what? One thing that you got to remember is that person that the narc got in that other room, and I'm talking about, you think they gutting them like a fish, and they're making that person, they're making an example out of that person.
Yeah.
See, the one thing that all of us underestimate about a narcissist is we underestimate, do they really know what they're doing right now? And then we stay right there. And that's when the narc is, oh, I got you now. Look at you. You don't believe what you see. It's a magic trick. You don't believe what you see. So you want to see the rest of the magic trick, don't you? Yeah.
It really depends on,
you make that stuff disappear right in thin air. And before you know it, That whole magic, they just sitting here doing magic tricks, and you think it's all about magic. And the whole time, no. All I wanted to do was separate you from your reality.
Mhm.
And now that is separated, psh, I don't need you no more. You can go on and get on now. I ain't even the narc ain't even attracted to you no more. Once they get you to that place where you believe everything they say and you
Yep.
want to talk about everything they done lied to you about, you just want answers. And they already know. Oh, I got the answer. And the answer is you ain't never getting the answer. You ain't never getting closure. You ain't never gonna think straight as long as you asking a narcissist why.
Yeah.
They demonize, and it depends on, like, if this stuff was a faith thing or anything like spiritual. If God had his hand on your life and you was a target, everything about the rules changed. Yeah, that other person they went to, of course they knew about you. My ex got married like within 3 weeks. That's the date was on the marriage certificate. Yes, they 100% knew, because now once they lose and get out of the grip of somebody that God has chosen, the devil about to kick they behind in. It's a different level because they failed. Like, they
Yeah.
failed at bringing down one of God's children. He got all the people that's out there that belong to him. But if he had put his time and cultivating a narcissist, making sure he trained them in scripture, making sure he trained them in charisma, making sure he give them familiar spirits to summons up to do miracles, signs, and wonders, and they don't achieve what they supposed to achieve in bringing down somebody chosen by God, Satan about to light them up. He gonna give them that next one. That next one gonna be a little bit more in the spirit, doing some more stuff. Like, they might be a charismatic preacher or whatever, false teacher, false preacher, false prophet. The other one gonna be a whole witch. Like, it's gonna be some different powers in operation when they attempt to mess with the spiritual, the one that God put his hand on, and they couldn't complete their mission because God intervened. So this is like when you're trying to reach out and stuff, sometimes God will block all communication, no matter your efforts, for your safety and your behalf, because this thing has gotten way spiritual out of your hands. Like, that target, they had summons the reaper for you. And you may not have seen it, but God seen it.
Man.
May not have seen your health failing, but God did. And so he had to intervene and intercept. So yeah, he let the Jezzy come, the seducing one come and take the man away, or he let this man come, that's the bum, the bum, dum rum thing, let him come and take the girl away. He let that stuff happen because it was deeper than that. He was saving your life. This is divine intervention. These people are demonized. They are not repenting. They're demonized,
No,
demonized,
they're
demonized.
not
Can't
forgivable.
stress it enough.
No.
They're not
If you had sleep
human.
paralysis,
They
you know they
are
demonized, because that demon, they
devils.
get physical with the narcs.
They are devils. And I'm sitting here looking at Naja's comment, said the law enforcement focus on the smear campaign launched by the narcissist, though. Yeah, and yes. And guys, let me say this to you. Let me give y'all some more of this truth in here this evening. Good God. When the narcissist no longer has access to you, we have this magical thinking that we were the only person that they treated crazy like they do. You have no idea, you have no clue that person it's just like an alcoholic or a heroin addict. They cannot function without that dysfunction in their life. If they cannot abuse someone, that's like taking a drink every day, all day to them. They cannot get it together today. They cannot function properly. And if you think that just because you're no longer in their life and they can't access you, that they're going to stop being abusive to somebody, you lost your mind. And if your child, let me look right into this camera here. And if your child, the one you created with that devil, if you think that child is safe, if you think that that child is safe, you a lie. If you think that they not going to take and manipulate that child, they know the child don't know no better. They know that child is helpless.
Yeah.
They know that they can run that game on that child. They can run the game on the child, and the child wants a normal relationship with their parent so bad that the child gonna let the parent run the game for most of their life. You don't see people really complaining about narcissistic parents until they really get a little older, and you late in your 20s or really around in your 30s, where you really, when you looking back at it and you like, man, how did I make it through that mess? You think that because, the narc has such hatred towards you, and they kept a crazy situation like having the police around all the time. In your mind, you're thinking they wouldn't do that to our child. They won't call the law on they won't lie and call the law on our child. Ain't no way they gonna call the police and they lying on the child.
Frame their own
that ain't did nothing to them. Ain't no way they gonna do something like that.
Yes, they will.
And I'm telling you, proof. I got proof that they do it. And they gonna do it, especially when they can't get to you, when they can't do nothing to you. You think that the cycle stops because you're not in the house no more? And see, with the child, they get to be a victim on a different level. See, with an adult, you're going to forgive them, but it wears off a little more every time you forgive them. It wears off. See, with a child, it wears off, but then it rejuvenates again. That's how it is when we children. It might wear them down a little bit, but they rejuvenate that love for them. As soon as the parent gives them an inkling of like, the child is all in again. They don't even know that, hey, everything that they do with that child, they will set your child up to fail.
Yes.
We don't think, we have this thought that ain't no way you're going to do that to our child. Ain't no way you're going to set this child up to fail like that. Ain't no way you will go and tell this child to go buy this car that you know they can't pay for.
Right.
That this child is new to even having a car. They ain't never had a bill before. Look, go get this car and you can afford to pay $1,000 a month. And you look, and then I want you to go. You got fresh credit. Go get your apartment. Go ahead. It's only $3,000 a month. You make that. Y'all think I'm joking? Y'all really think I'm joking? And watch the child struggle. You know the child. This child ain't but 18. They know the child don't know no better. Child 20 years old. He don't know no better. You don't even know that. All the child knows is, okay, I can get this. I can get that. I make that much money.
They don't set the child up for success.
And a narcissistic parent that don't want to have nothing good to do with that child, nothing good, won't do nothing good for that child, will convince that child that they love them. I just want the best for you. I want you to go somewhere. Let's get you the best that life has to offer, because they want to see that child struggle. They need, if you think that a narcissist doesn't need someone to torture, and if you think that they won't set somebody up for failure so that that person has to need them, you lying to yourself, and you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it come back. You're gonna see it come back, and as you try to help and adjust that situation, y'all see me in here tonight trying to get this situation together. Like, bro, come on, man. Like, really? This how you these you did listen, y'all. The best thing I can tell you is you can no longer say that you didn't know, that you didn't hear it before. I didn't know that this really was a devil. You can no longer say that. You sitting here watching this channel, you can no longer say, I didn't know that this really was a devil. I'm telling you, it's the devil.
They covenant their children to the kingdom of darkness. Like, that's part of the contract. The anytime there's a narcissist involved, down to the third, fourth generation, automatically there is a covenant contract for those children. The children are not protected by God if the parent is a narcissist and the other parent don't know. Until the other parent come out of agreement, yes, one parent can change things, but it takes having that knowledge. That's why we're getting this knowledge out now, because it does take for somebody to tell the truth, because only the truth can set people free. If don't nobody know what's happening and you got a parent that's a narcissist, that parent is opening up the door to curse the bloodline, just like a witch, a warlock, a cultist, a wizard, a Satanist, how they got their bloodline cursed. That's the same way a narcissist do, because
do y'all hear what this woman is saying? Do y'all hear what she just told? She just told y'all the curse that they putting on your child.
Yeah.
They generate, they want a curse on your child. They want a curse on your bloodline. I'm telling y'all, you dealing directly with the devil, and they are going, and don't think that they not smearing your child's name.
Yeah.
Who heard their parent out of you two guys? Who heard the parent say a bad thing about their child? Call them out their name, call them something. Every time that they were speaking word curses. When they tell the child, you ain't gonna be as, you ain't gonna do as, you ain't gonna do this, they speak word curses over their children. As a parent, when the word curses get spoken, the enemy, he capitalized on that, because the Bible say don't do that. We're supposed to speak life into our children. But if we don't know, that's why I say my people are perishing for lack of knowledge. If no one ever told us this, we don't know that when every time the narcissist is speaking to our children, we're supposed to be canceling it. The narcissist used to hate it all the time, because he'd be like, oh, they're going to grow up with no, da-da-da-da-da. I'd be like, I cancel that in Jesus' name. Oh, no, your son going to do it. I cancel that. No, he going to have life and prosperity. All my children going to be prosperous, because I speak that over their life. Oh, my child ain't going to be as, no, I'm going to cancel that. Now I got to intercede for your child, his teenage child, that I had to get custody of, because he was cursing his own child. And he literally said, yes, he's cursing his life. He know that he is free will cursing his life, and he's choosing to curse his life. That's how bold that demon was.
And you know,
when I tell you they doing this stuff, and they intentionally coming in agreement with the devil, and they know what they doing as far as coming in that agreement, and they operating on that level.
Agreement with the devil.
Believe it.
You know what? Parents who see their kids are going to be something in life, they make sure they steer them away from that career, try to talk them into something else, or introduce them into a life of crime, so they can go to jail, get a police record, can't do nothing, have them think they obligated to take care of them so they won't go off to college. It's always something. They play sick. Oh, your mom's sick. You can't go to college. You can't leave me here to die. My mom used to do all of that, because anytime they feel like you're going to do something better than them, you're going to show them up, you're going to break that curse. They going to do whatever in their power to stop that. And that's what they tried to do to me. I'm the only person in my entire family to ever go to college. The only person. And they tried to ruin that. They spoke so much negativity over me, called me bees, called me this, had predators come for me. My uncle was a predator, came for me. My mother's boyfriend came for me. My brother molested me. And they protected all these people because they saw it in me, and they wanted me damaged to the point that I can't recover and be nothing in life. They wanted me to be just like them, but I surpassed all of them, all of them. A lot of them
But
just
God.
by getting a high school diploma, because a lot of them don't even have that or a GED. They will do whatever it takes to ruin your life, especially when you're going to be the person who's going to make it. They're going to make sure that you don't have
Woo!
more
Yeah.
than them,
Oh
that
my
you
God.
don't
Did y'all
show
feel
them
that?
up.
Did y'all feel
Yeah.
that when she said that part right there? Oh my God, that just pierced right through me.
Yeah.
If you the one that they see your light, you are the one that they here to destroy.
Yep.
And that's some crazy
You
stuff.
are the assignment.
Yeah.
Good
And that
God.
you hear it later on, like, oh, I was like, I guess I always figured you probably would do something. Like even when you was in school, like first grade, you was always like, all had your homework out and stuff. And I was like, I think she might do something. I was like, but you never told me that growing up. I mean, it's like the things that are said out of jealousy and envy. And that's only because those are those ruling powers that's in that Jezebelic system. It's a whole system. But the things that are said is said with such hatred. But then you get cognitive dissonance because it's a parent. And you're like, but I love my parent. I'm a parent. I would never, I mean, you can't never, you would break your brain trying to figure out how your heart can be towards a child the way that a narcissistic parent's heart can be towards their children. Your brain would break, especially if you have children, because you will come from a place of love. But to be them, you have to come from a place of hate, jealousy, and envy. And that's very hard to do. You got to have demonic help to do it. But understanding like that there are those type of brains and hearts out there. And we have to fight against that. You know, like if God brought you out of this, keep seeking him. We all just came out of some stuff. Like I'm learning God a lot more every day as he revealed himself to me more and more. I'm learning things and things that I'm learning and mysteries that's coming alive in the Bible. I'm like, wow, I never knew God to this extent, like him as father and protector, and how much he loved me and how much that he is always there and has always been there. Because
But you
life
know
was
what?
hell. You know, it
It's
was like,
intended for that.
yeah.
God allow us to go through this because he want us to seek another kind of love. Then that's
Mhm.
what we look for. We know it's out there. We
Yeah.
like this ain't love, so we go searching for it. Just like the lady in the Bible, she when she had that disease, she tried everything. And
Yeah.
Jesus was always there, but she wanted to try everything else. And it came down to that when she tried Jesus and she got healed. And that's what God wants us to do because we try everything but God. And eventually we end
Come
up
on.
going to him and we get that salvation.
You
Mhm.
got to go in this life,
Yes.
in this life, in this life, in this world. You're going to get tried. You're going to get tested.
Yes.
You're going to have to stand on your own. You're going to have to figure it out sometimes.
Yes.
And no matter what happens, no matter how bad it gets, no matter how hard it pours down on you, you got somebody. You came from an original bloodline
Yes.
of a winner. You cannot lose, is what I said. You
Yeah.
cannot lose. You can try. You can try. I did. I tried for years. I was sitting there with the devil, ready to procreate with the devil. I was I was eating the food from the devil. I tried it all. I tried it all. Lord, you can say what you want. If loving this devil is wrong, I ain't gonna be right. You can do everything that you want to do. You got the freedom to do it, but you cannot break that bloodline. God gave us a bloodline. You ain't powerful enough to break it. You ain't powerful enough to lose. Did you hear that? You ain't powerful enough to lose. You came from the original winner. You here for that reason. You here to win. You are here as proof. It's proof and it's in your bloodline. You are not able to lose. You can't do it. You can try to do it. You can put all this craziness on yourself. You can procreate with the devil. You can stay in a relationship for as long as you please with that devil. You absolutely can't, because you got a freedom of what you want to do in your life and with your life. And I guarantee you, you cannot lose. You cannot stay around that devil. Not forever. You can stay there for a time. But when you're with the devil, you're just there again to prove that you can't stay with the devil. You can get with the devil, you can be with the devil, but you cannot stay with the devil. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because the devil gonna lose every time.
Yeah.
There is no such devil that has ever won. There's no history. The devil got all these books out here. The devil got. He ain't won in none of them yet. He don't even write himself in the book as the winner. He write himself in as the loser. He is the natural born loser, and you are a natural born winner, and you cannot lose on your name. You cannot lose. You on your bloodline, you cannot lose. I don't care what you've been taught. I don't care what this devil done put in your life. I don't care what they feed you. I don't care what they make you think. I don't care what they did to you. You can't lose. You was not bought. You was not created for lose. You were not created to lose. You were not created for anything in that level, that vibration, whatever you want to call it. I don't care what religion they made you believe. I don't care what thought patterns they done put in your mind for you to believe in this world and in this life. You were created as a winner. You cannot lose. You cannot lose. You cannot lose. You cannot do it. You can keep trying and you can keep practicing it. You can go keep running behind that fool, but you can keep trying to do that. But we're going to keep showing you that we're not here playing with this devil. We're going to keep showing we're not in here playing with this devil. All you got to do is expose the truth, and that devil got to run. Guess what? When you expose the truth, the devil got to lose. This world we live in, it seems like it's crumbling more and more every day. That's what the devil wants you to think. Every day I look at the sky, it's still blue, just like it was when I was a little child. The sun shines just as bright, it get hot, just like it did last year. Every single day, because the planet we live on ain't changed. It's still beautiful. It's still incredible. But the world we live in, it's over. It's over. And the good news is that we win.
Yes.
If you had children with them, you can break the covenant. You covenant your children to God. So that's one good way to, like, if you breed it with them, because a lot of us have, you just start, just tell God, like, I covenant each one of my children to you. I break the generational bloodline covenant and I covenant them to your covenant. And that'll cancel that stuff out. And if you are a man, men have a really, really good position because they have a hierarchy to this thing. And the way that priesthood works, God really can honor and move and shake some things. You just can't deal with the baby mom or the ex-wife as the ex-wife baby mom. You got to deal with it as Jezebel, and you got to dethrone Jezebel and take down Jezebel in the spirit. Jezebel she's very vicious, and she hate the men of God. She hate men, period, because it's opposite in the kingdom of darkness. So she always gonna go for them because of that prophecy in the beginning, where the seed of the woman gonna crush the head of the serpent, and his heel will be bruised. It said his heel, meaning Christ. So men is really made in that image of God, and woman is coming from the rib of man. So we're all God's children, but there is a certain anointing that comes, and when you dethrone Jezebel, quit talking to it. Quit trying to compromise with it. Quit trying to reason it. Handle that stuff in the spirit. Your children can be spared. You can get your children back, and God can supernaturally shut that thing down. But if you try to address it in a system, it's a Jezebelic system. It's not designed for the man to go into that system fighting it in carnality and come out winning. It's not designed for that. You got to handle it differently because you're dealing with Jezebel.
That Jezebel.
It's terrible.
The Jezebel.
Terrible. Look what you do to
hell. She or he is straight from hell, and they ain't got nothing coming. Man, one thing I'm gonna tell y'all, man, y'all gonna recognize this year is you're gonna stand up in your power. You're gonna stand up in your power. You're gonna stop reducing yourself for other people. You're gonna stand in your power. We done did that, man. We did that too much for too long, for too many people that was so insignificant in your life. We reduced who we are so that the devil could feel comfortable in your presence. You gonna put your own life in jeopardy just to make the devil comfortable in your presence. You stopped obeying your father so the devil could be comfortable. Listen.
I'm in control.
Every last person, I want y'all to understand, man, you got a divine purpose and you got a divine life. You got a divine purpose. I know we was with the devil. I was with the devil. Half my life I was with the devil, okay? I was fighting it. I was refusing. I stopped believing in God. Good God. I said, man, God, you ain't real. I ain't stopped believing him. I said I did, though. I was pretending. But he knew. He like, yeah, you get over that. And he was right. He was right. At the end of the day, y'all, I can't quite describe how incredible it feels to know that everything in my life that I've gone through, everything bad that happens, that I see happen, I'm to the place in my life when I see something bad, and it's scary. It's scary that when I see something bad, I know something good is coming. It's scary to be looking for bad. It's scary saying, wow, this happened, that happened. Uh-oh. Because it just happened. It just happened. I said that one of my cars, the transmission went out, and my one of my AC units went out on my house, on the house. Not the AC in the wintertime, was the furnace went out.
They got solenoids.
Man, and you talking about some money? Y'all talking about some money? The electric company sent me a bill for $1,000. Say, yeah, your unit been bad for a while. Everybody throwing craziness at me, but God.
Yeah.
And God said, look here, man. That's nothing, man. That's nothing. That little bit of money, that ain't nothing. Ain't nothing. I got you. Who you standing with? What you gonna do? You gonna crumble? You gonna break? What you gonna do? Because you gonna be tried. You gonna be tried and tested. Everybody here, y'all, we not taking advantage. We're not taking advantage of the hard time that come in your life. You ain't taking the lesson out of the hard that's coming to you. You ain't seeing the purpose in what he got for you. He giving you that pain for a reason. He giving it to you so you can grow, so that you can show somebody, you can teach somebody that, guess what? Man, it's a silver lining in what you going through. Just tell me about it when you get there, because it's coming. It's coming. Now, you going to fall apart? Are you going to fall apart? You on assignment? You going to fall apart, or you going to stand up and take it on the chin? Hey, God, if you got it for me, man, I'm here for it. Because guess what? What I ain't going to stop, what I'm not going to do, what I'm not going to do in any situation is I'm not even going to question if God loves me. If God got my back, is God going to get me through this? Never did I ever even entertain the thought. And he just said, boom, he did. Look at that. You ain't even flinch when I was letting them things come rock your world. You ain't even flinch because you knew, because I knew God had a way. I knew he was making a way out of nowhere. I thought it was no way. And I ain't gonna say I thought it was no way. It didn't look like it was a way. And I'm telling you so that you know, so that you see, no matter what, I don't care what your life going through. I don't care how bad it got. I don't care how bad it got with your children. I don't care how bad it get with your mama, your daddy. I don't care how bad it get with whoever. God got you.
Yeah.
God got you. And whatever these people and the rest of this planet got to throw your way, to try to take your shine, to smear your light, to make you think you less than, I'm telling you, the only way that you're going to see yourself as less than is you better get away from around me. And you better not believe nothing that I got to say to you. Because if you think you less than, then you are crazy. You are
transmissions got solenoids.
Think it. Them solenoid was not the solenoid though.
It got a solenoid.
It was the breaker. It was a breaker, man. These jokers got me. Though. This made me spend all this money on two breakers.
The breaker too. Let me see if the breaker got a solenoid.
But the lesson was, man, I told you I got you. You ain't listen. You ain't even in trouble out here.
Solenoids are I'm just saying. That's what AI saying.
Okay, Keisha, I'm gonna let you have that one. Because we was coming down hard on Keisha earlier tonight, y'all.
You gotta check on the phone. That's when it's a solenoid thing. You gotta check the phone. It's like, hey, I'm gonna have to decrease conversations. Your electromagnetic field affecting my solenoids.
Oh my goodness. Look
it's
here.
the child dealing with the narc mama because there's something affecting your solenoids.
I you know what? Over this last month, I have seen things. I've even seen things from the narc that I can honestly say that disappointed me. And that's not something easy for a devil to do. And I mean, just to say, wow, really, you are really that trifling. I believe it though. I believe it because I see it. And ladies and gentlemen, in Rumination, tonight's lesson, once you see it and you believe it, you believe what you saw. I'm not asking you to believe something you didn't see, something you can't taste, smell, okay, touch. I'm simply asking you to trust the devil that you saw what the devil did. That's all. Trust that you saw. Trust that your experience is what it was. That's it. Trust that what happened actually happened. Okay? There is nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with the way you do what you do. Okay? Nothing.
It was an assignment.
It was an assignment. Thank you, Monique. Thanks for the super chat. She said, we have to go down through our bloodline to get healed and pray against those strongholds that have hindered every last one of us in here. You hear that? Man, y'all heard that.
And wherever the narc is at, know that like we have to take captive our imaginations. That's 2 Corinthians 10:5. Like take them down, our imaginations, vain imaginations, that fantasy world, bring our thoughts into obedience with Christ. So we have to get control of our thoughts when they try to run away or be intrusive. But when we have false thoughts, false intrusive tormenting thoughts plaguing our mind, like, well, they seem to be happy now, they don't have to deal with the responsibility here, but so they over there, they living an easy life, they going on vacation. Every time the narcissist is around, things are malfunctioning. Don't forget that. Don't forget the car breakdowns that happen
Whoa.
car accidents they be
Good
in,
gracious.
stuff that break that you got to pay for, the different abnormal costs that come out of nowhere. All of a sudden, they got court fees, legal fees, tickets, all
There
of
you
this
go.
stuff, the
All
draining
that.
of the finances.
You name it.
They operate in a marine kingdom, and they're taking their finances all the time. So wherever
There
they
you go.
going on vacation, they broke, okay, and it's unhappy, and then they looking. So whoever they with, whatever supply they with, you know, they always turning their head every time the narcissist turn their head because they trying to see if this narcissist gonna do a quick hookup. They'll hook up in the elevator. Like
Come on.
these people are that
Come on.
trifling that
Come on.
anytime you go somewhere with them, they're unfaithful. They're gonna make the cruise horrible because then you're gonna go off on them, or any vacation. I'm saying cruise because I've seen a video where that happened, but it can be a hotel, it can be a
Ain't-
different destination, a beach, it can be the forest. They'll find a monkey to go sleep with. They
Man.
gonna that's what they do. But they gonna do
Orangutan and
whatever
thing.
it takes to make that trip so horrible after whatever picture they do to
Yep.
try to torment whoever's still watching their social media, which you shouldn't, because
Come
it's
on.
no
Right.
point in watching a lying movie. But they're
Don't do
not
it.
happy. They're never
Never
happy. That's
will.
one thing about the
Never will be.
narcissist. It's like the Hulk. They're always angry. Look at yourself. That's a good cameo. See, that's
Y'all got a whole movie going on in the background.
that's life without the narc. They can wave, they happy, they safe, they not tormented. That's good. You know, but this stuff, when we
We
think
know
about,
better.
you know, who they messing with, they messing with somebody trifling. They messing with somebody who just don't have much sense, especially when there's so much awareness now on the internet and they
There
you
still
go.
don't know what they got with them.
There
It's
you
a
go.
lot worse. They really don't have sense.
And
But
you know,
we're better. Like our solenoids.
and you know what? Y'all just be like, oh, they on a trip. Y'all don't understand. Narcissists love to relocate and reinvent themselves. So, because y'all going on trips and stuff, they probably looking for a whole nother place to go
Come on.
to.
Yes.
Come on.
Y'all, they looking for
They
a
got to.
whole nother supply because
They
that
got
side
to.
chick spot just opened up.
They
So
got
now they
to.
gotta find somebody. Half the time
Mhm.
you leave them with somebody they had not planned on being with, and they
Yeah.
looking for an escape route.
Come
They
on.
love to
Come
reinvent
on.
themselves. They
Come
will
on.
relocate quick. That's why
There
they
it
head
is.
stay on the swivel looking when they
There
going
it
out of
is.
town.
There
Because
it
they'll
is.
find somebody and they'll move to that state in 2 days if that person say, come on.
They sure will.
Just
Mine
like that.
breaking up somebody else's marriage to get that wife, move the wife
Oh, yeah.
3 streets down so he can go there and act like he praying for them. You know,
Right.
this is how they do, but they sleep with any and everybody.
They
And
Every
do.
last
what
one of
they
them.
yeah, we gonna have to do a show on them solenoids because I'm telling you, I was on something about those solenoids. That is
Go
the
ahead. Go ahead.
narcissist,
Go
man.
ahead. Okay, you got it.
You
You got
can
it.
see if somebody's energy is out. Them
That's true.
electromagnetic fields, the
Woo.
solenoids will tell the test. They cannot handle demonic energy. Okay.
Man.
But you know what, y'all, they will sleep with anybody because they don't have a type. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They
People don't believe that though. People
They
think that they
don't.
really out here searching for the perfect looking person.
We're looking at
right.
trends.
And
Okay,
that's
that's
what
what
I'm saying.
pornography is.
A lot of
It's
people
trans pornography. And,
a lot
and
of
being
people
doing
be like,
themselves. Yeah,
I
go
don't know
figure.
what they saw in me. I don't know what they was looking for in me. This is how you tell what you were worth to them. When you ask them, why do you love me? They will tell you why. They'll name all the things you do for them.
There you go.
And that tells you why they picked you.
There you go.
How you make
That's
them
right.
feel
Yep.
like
And
a
you
man because they was feeling like they won
Woo.
before they met you.
Well, look here, y'all. We done went in a triple overtime. China about to fall out back there. She got a whole her son's back there like, whoa. Hey mom, what you doing, man? I gotta take a shower. What you doing?
Oh, he
Woo.
just got in from work. We had food poisoning yesterday. The whole family.
Oh my
We're in
God.
here going
Ooh.
through it.
They get
Wow.
to the restaurant food. You got to go to the butcher nowadays.
No toilet paper in
Oh
y'all
no,
house.
we bought some Aldi's ground beef and
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
yes.
It was not
But
a good look.
I got to see the cow in the back. I'm like, I'm going to need to see that cow down there.
Well, look here. Now it's time to say goodbye.
To Barney and all his friends.
MIC. See you real soon. KEY. Why? Because we like you. Y'all remember that song?
So happy. It's
Come
the
on,
apple
before we
juice.
go.
How to drink it out.
Uh-oh, that ain't apple juice in that right there, y'all. Keisha go back there, getting a hit all night during the show.
It's the sparkling kind.
I
just
been
had
getting a hit.
to treat myself.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, apple juice is clear. Mm-hmm.
Wink, wink.
Come on, y'all.
Sparkling.
Well, look here. So, because we can have everybody up all night long. I'm about to fall out myself. Y'all go ahead and give him something for the weekend. Give him something for the weekend. Not no drink, neither, Keisha.
Trust me, I cannot. I was always lightweight. I can't handle nothing. God was helping me out. But rumination, this rumination thing, the longer that you have toxic hope, or the longer that you continue to deceive yourself into thinking that whatever lie you was fed, whatever fantasy you was fed about the person you was with, that person was capable of being that's the longer you will stay in this rumination, tormenting thought process of the what is, what could have been, what could have happened, how did I, all of that stuff. You have to understand that there are just some grimy, demonically infested people out here with black hearts. And these people are released. They on a prowl. The psych ward couldn't contain them. The state mental institute and let them out. They just out here running loose, and they look like us, but they not like us. That's going into
they not like us. They not like us.
But we have to understand that they are not that at all. They like they father the devil. They don't want to repent. Yes, God loves all humanity, whichever ones are still all the way human, but they are not wanting that. They don't want love. They don't want anything. They want power, control, dominance. They want souls for the demonic dark side kingdom. And we have to look at them for what it is, and we have to guard ourselves. We have to protect ourselves. We have to understand spiritual warfare, because they're going to circle around again when they think your defenses are down. They're going to use the children to try to get a foothold in. You got to keep them people outside the house. Don't even let them cross the threshold. Be like, the kids going to come out and meet you. Because once you let them in, they're going to drop off some demonic fleas. Can't do all that. And then you got to understand that your healing and your everything that you have built from this point forward, it is all going to work out for your good. You're going to finally see what is unlocked inside of you. You're going to see that you're able to achieve anything you put your mind to. You're going to see that you are that beautiful person. You are the one, like anything that you thought the narcissist could have been, that was all you. You got the entrepreneur inside of you. You got the love and compassion inside of you. You got that family nurturing heart inside of you. All of that was you. You just have to understand your worth and your power, and then you have to go out here and shine. And don't look back. Ain't nothing but a zombie hanging out back there. That's it, and that's all. I wanted to leave you guys with that.
Well, go ahead then.
I want to say this. Rumination is what's keeping you guys checking their social media. And, you got to start the healing process. Because as long as you ruminate, you're going to think about them. You're going to always go over there trying to figure out what they're doing, see what they're doing. And, it's like they kicked you out the house, but you sleeping on the porch. Get off the porch. Stop looking through that window, trying to see what's going on in a home where you were no longer welcome. You have to walk away from that situation. The devil tricked them out of their position. Don't let them trick you out of yours, because that's exactly what's going to happen with this rumination, and you keep checking. You have to leave that alone. As long as you got breath in you, you still got work to do. Stay the course. because you're not the one who got away. You're the blessing that got away.
That's fire. That's fire.
Thank you.
Fire in the chat. Put some fire in the chat up in here this evening. These women can sing. Your ear got to be in your foot.
That's funny.
Hanging in the
These
background.
guys can sing. Woo! Good God! What a night! What a night! What a night!
Yes.
What a night! I'm gonna tell y'all, man. For me, first, let me say, these young ladies right here this evening, they done showed up and showed out in here tonight. All right, they done showed up and out because that's what they do. That's what they do. Y'all getting this from every angle. You getting it from every angle. You ain't just getting it from what I think, what my experience is. You getting cohesiveness from 3 different places and in the chat. It ain't just us, it's the chat.
Yes.
Chat be on fire.
Yes, they do.
The chat be on fire in this camp. Ladies and gentlemen, this devil is done. It's over. It's over. The only power this devil got right now is in your make-believe mind. You gotta make believe this devil winning out here now. That's why you think that the narc is doing something. Because you playing, let's make pretend. Let's make pretend they over there, they love somebody. Let's make pretend they doing right somewhere.
Yeah.
You gotta make pretend the devil doing right by somebody. Because the devil sure ain't doing right by nobody. Devil ain't even doing right to his demons.
No.
The demons getting betrayed. They so stupid, they still hanging in there. I'm gonna hang in there. I'm gonna see how this work out. We gonna stop teaching fear around the devil, man. We gonna stop that because that's all they got is your fear. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you in your sleep. I'm gonna make you scared of me. He ain't coming nowhere, getting nothing. He getting beat. He come in your sleep. If he under your bed, he gonna die under your bed. You hear me? If he in your closet, that's where he gonna die in your closet. Because he ain't got no power over you.
Yep.
This devil ain't got no power. And I'm telling you, that's all that got y'all bound. And he in your mind making you think stuff that ain't real, man. He got you thinking that you less than. He got you thinking because you put yourself down to bring him up.
Yes.
It's got you thinking that this is where you really belong. No, it's not. Let me help you with that. It's not. No, you had to reduce yourself. You had to reduce yourself. And guess what? When you reduced yourself, you couldn't even keep yourself down. I'm going to tell you how. You couldn't keep yourself down because when you got down to the bottom, you kept trying to pull the devil up because you knew nature was going to bring you up. That's who you are naturally. You cannot change what you are. You cannot change what you are. Naturally, you're going to pull this devil up. No matter where you go, you don't even know who you are. No matter where you go, you're going to shine. You're going to be on top, even on accident. You got there. You don't even know how, half y'all don't even know how you got to any level of success. Because you don't know who you are. You don't know the bloodline that you have. You don't even understand your assignment. You're assigned to be a winner. Your assignment is to continue to, no matter what you touch, no matter who you around, no matter where you go, everything in that area, the vibration got to raise up. No matter where you go, you can go out on the street corner and start getting drunk and whatever else you're going to do with them. And guess what's going to happen? You guessed it. You're going to start rising up. Oh, man, this ain't for me. You're going to start rising up. Everywhere you went with that devil, You ain't had no other choice. You just kept rising up. You wonder why y'all ain't get along. Y'all wonder why y'all fighting all the time. Devil want to keep going down. You can't go no further. And you sure can't stay down. And you tried. You've been trying to stay down in the dirt with this filthy, funky pig. You've been trying, and it ain't working. Everything you touch, everywhere you go, it's going to be a blessing. Like it or not, you a blessing. That's just what it is. You just don't believe you are. That's why you ruminate. Because you don't believe what you see. You see it. You see your own success. And you don't even believe it. You be thinking, that was luck.
Mm-hmm.
You sat there and just witnessed yourself do something. And that must have been luck. Oh man, God must have did that for me. Like something wrong with you. Like you not worthy of having a better life. You not worthy of being a winner. Like you not worthy of who you are, what you entail, what you came to this planet to give. Ladies and gentlemen, you are a winner. Prove me wrong. Try to prove me wrong. You are a winner. Prove me wrong. Try to get down and stay down. I'll tell you what, try to get down with that devil and not feel that nothing's wrong with where you at. Just try it. Try to go out here and do somebody wrong and do wrong and just be filthy, just like the devil is. And try to do that and stay in that frame of mind. And try to stay in that frame of mind in a way where it doesn't affect you and it doesn't hurt you. See, whether you like it or not, even you have to think of how you're going to go down and be down with this devil. You got to think about it. See, because your nature, naturally, you're not that. So naturally, you're going to keep on rising. You don't have a choice. Your only issue is you don't believe who you really are. You don't believe what you see. And that's the devil's job, to keep you from knowing who you are, to keep you believing that, no, you ain't got no power. The devil's job is to simply keep you from seeing the light that is in you. That's it. If you're not a winner, if you aren't, man, anybody in this chat tonight, if you ain't a winner, man, prove it. Prove it. Prove it. Prove you're not a winner. What? Because you ain't with the narc no more. You think you're not a winner? That you just prove you a winner. You ain't with the devil no more. You can't get around this, ladies and gentlemen. We give each other these positive notes and these positive thoughts. Like that's something we need. Like that's something we gotta have. You are everything you need to be, man. Every last one of y'all, everybody in this chat, you are everything that you need to be. Everything. You were born and equipped with everything you need. Now it's just time for you to see that person in the mirror. It's time for you to see who you really are. Stop trying to save the devil, man. You can't do it. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work. That devil been, as long as that devil been here, he been the devil. Ain't nothing never gonna change. He is damned to hell eternally. He gotta watch you live in happiness and bliss for an eternity. And he is real angry about that. But so what?
Right.
We win.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, and on that note, we're going to leave you just like we came in here with nothing but love, peace, and soul.
Good night, everybody. Have a good week.
Everyone.
We're going to have a wonderful weekend.
We
See
are.
y'all next week.
I hope
We're
you
gonna give it
consider coming back on Mondays. I miss you.
Hey, we might have to do that. We might have to do that. You know what I'm saying? We might have to do that. Yeah, I kind of miss Mondays myself, you know. We might have to do early Mondays though. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that this weekend. All
Okay.
right. All right, y'all. Good night,
Bye.
everybody.
Good night.
Happy weekend.